Live up in the barbershop here on Wizzo Talk. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna do my intro, and then we're gonna meet our guys, and then we're gonna get this podcast popping. I still have two other guests that should join in here shortly. And guys, I know we were just now talking to a couple of guys. If you gotta leave, let me know. Send me a message before you get ready to go. If you have something you want to go and get out, so we can make sure you get something, some closing comments before you get ready to go. Cause sometimes we get to going on here and shit. We may be off in this motherfucker about 12 hours or some shit. I don't know. But anyway, okay, here we go with this intro, guys. Here we go. Hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo. Want to welcome you out to Wizzo Talk. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here on Wizzo Talk, and we appreciate you for it. You like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk, the link is in the description or strolling right there across the bottom of the screen. I appreciate your support. If you're watching it from Facebook, also follow me at Paul Wizzo, or there's a link in the description. Also, click that link, and I'll appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel also. Just make sure you hit that notification bell because I post accordingly to my guest availability rather than on a fixed schedule. So we may be going anytime up in there. And remember, it's absolutely free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. So if you're watching this from Facebook right now, just go and hit that share button and share the podcast because somebody might be liking it. And I'm always looking for guests to be on Wizzo Talk. Send me a message, a carrier pigeon, smoke signal, the bat signal, whatever kind of signal you got to do, and we'll get you on the show. We got Prescott Kelly up in here. Shit, he sent me the bat signal wave from Alaska up in this motherfucker. So you never know how it's going. So with that being said, we're going to meet our guest, and then we're going to get this barbershop talk talking going. Come on, Seven.
Yo, this your boy 7 Points of Bliss, a.k.a. Pomegranate Samurai. It's an honor to be here again on the Wizzo Show. If y'all want to check me out, y'all can Google me under After Real Truth or check me out on Threadless. I'm on all major social media platforms, and thank you, gentlemen, yet again.
All right, that's what's up. Mr. Prescott Kelly, what you got for us?
Yeah, I'm Prescott Kelly from the awful state of Alaska, and I've been out here a couple different times. I always appreciate your time, man, and it's always cool when I get to connect with people from different states because this is kind of a closed-minded area. So I'm always appreciative of your time and your kindness and generosity to me. I have a podcast called the Playbook Podcast. It's a sports-driven show. You can find it on Facebook through the Sports Avengers page, or just Google or just search for the Playbook Podcast with Prescott Kelly wherever you get your podcast for free. I'll move on. That's
what's up. Y'all check him out over there on the Playbook. He be doing it up over there talking about them sports. They get deep off into the numbers and everything. And I appreciate you rocking that Wizzo Talk cap over there. It looks good on you, my brother.
Every time that you have me on, I'm just gonna circulate a different one. I got 4 for a reason. I don't plan on this being the last time.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. Look, and before we come to Rico, Prescott hit me up when I made that video, man, and say, Wizzo shit, send me 4 of them. I was like, damn, I wasn't expecting that. And I sure did, and sent them to him all the way over there in Alaska. So
if I can't have 4 cars, I might as well have 4 hats.
Already, that's what the business is.
Well, I hope one day you be able to have you 4 cars.
Already.
I appreciate that.
No doubt. Y'all check him out over there. Rico, what you got, man?
Oh, y'all already know. Hey, I'm a constant person on this platform. It's Riding with Rico on TikTok and on YouTube. If you like what I say on here, go ahead and hit me up and follow me. Also, I am the sidekick to the Pomegranate Samurai, known as the Tangerine Ninja. You know what I'm saying? Watch out. Oh, yeah.
I want a cool side name. I want a cool side name now. I feel left out.
Hey.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on something to get you something like that. You had to come up with something because the Tangerine Ninja, the Pomegranate Samurai. We definitely get it going. So to the people that's watching right now, if y'all don't know how it works in the barbershop, it goes something just like this. Let me see. This guy say, "Damn it, I'm finished eating. Come on in the." So the way it goes in the barbershop talk, you sit down in the chair. You never know where the conversation going. Nobody knows what we're going to talk about. You just sit down and barber start cutting your hair, and hey, the conversation rolls. Nobody knows who's going first but myself. So sometimes I go first, sometimes I don't. But right now I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna throw the curveball. I'm gonna see what Rico throwing out there for us. Rico, what you got for us to chop it up in the barbershop with? And remember, we are uncut and unedited around here.
My question tonight deals in politics.
Oh
It's a
shit.
simple. I have like a what 3 or 4 part question. The first
Okay.
part was, do you trust the government? Why or why not? And have you ever? If so, what changed? If you don't trust it. So I have what I'm gonna say at the end, but I won't hear what y'all have to say about that first.
Okay. Let's go with Prescott. What's up? Will you trust the government?
I mean, not fully ever. It's to be completely honest, and like, because I know that politics is something y'all talk quite often, and that's kind of where my question was going to go, and I'll make sure I'll get to that down the line.
Yeah.
But I'm labeled as a bad American because I've never voted. I've never registered to vote because I don't believe in voting for the lesser of two evils. I don't believe that any politician, like at the highest ranks, really gives a damn about anybody except for lining their pockets. So I've never truly trusted the government. I have trusted individuals at times, just like people, but I don't trust people altogether. And I certainly don't trust people who are supposed to run the country because there's ulterior motives involved. So at times, in certain spots, yes, there are. It's an itemized situation for me, but overall, I would say no.
Right. Okay. And I'm gonna let Seven talk to you about voting because I know he's gonna say something about that too. But I'll say this right here, and I've said this before. I don't fuck with the government. I mean, I do, but just because I have to. I don't trust them. I think they're steady. They remind me, and I've said this before, of the movie The Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy. When they ran for office, Eddie Murphy won the senator seat, and the guy asked to say, Eddie, well, I'm not say Eddie, Mr. Johnson or whatever. What do you think about cotton? And Eddie Murphy said, well, I don't know. What should I? He said, well, if you like it, I got money for you over here. If you don't, I got money for you over here. So they are steady getting richer up in that motherfucker. I mean, you look at Mitch McConnell. I mean, you know, he up in Kentucky and rich is, I don't know what they it need to be term limits. And Prescott, you're kind of right. We do talk about politics a lot on here sometimes. On when we on the adult conversation between men and women, most of that time we probably talking about fucking or sucking or some shit like that. But there's a lot of that in politics too, a lot of fucking and sucking. So, but get back to your.
It may not be literal, but metaphorically.
I have another question for Prescott.
Okay, I didn't get to finish saying what I was saying though.
Oh, I'm sorry. You paused. My bad.
Yeah. And then we got to get to Seven, so you know we can kind of work it around. But just as far as trust in politics, man, because when they get up there, they get to talking about what they're gonna do and what they're gonna do. They just selling you a damn wolf ticket because you know that shit. If the Republicans is trying to say this and Democrat controlling everything, ain't shit going nowhere. So you know they just selling you a bunch of shit, and people believe in that shit. But you know that's my thing. So to answer your question, do I trust the government? Fuck no. But let me hear what Seven got, Rico, and then we come back to what you had for Prescott. Seven, what's up?
As far as the government goes, I don't think that people really remember anything they learned in school as far as history or any of that shit because government is not to be trusted. I never trusted government. I haven't literally paid my taxes since I was 19. I think I've only paid my taxes one time. Fuck them niggas.
You about to get Wesley sniped then.
Man, fuck yeah. At the end of at the end of the day, these niggas will say that you got to pay them taxes, right? And we not even thinking clear because really we just getting tax money back. They've been taking taxes out of our checks and everything we pay for. So we've been paying taxes for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? This is just a way they want to keep motherfuckers down further because they going to keep hiding these prices and niggas can barely even buy a house anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like they on some bullshit. So I don't trust the government. Motherfuckers out here poisoning people and starting wars and killing people. Why would we trust any of that shit? We out here struggling, and these motherfuckers is talking about some. We misplaced $1 trillion whole time. These niggas building rockets and shit, killing niggas over in Israel, all type of shit. They doing all kind of crazy shit. Why trust them, bro?
I got a theory on the whole pricing market, but I'll save that for a later time.
Okay, no, we get it right after Rico asked you. Rico had one other thing he was going to ask you. What's up, Rico?
You didn't answer the entire thing, but because of your statement, I have another question for you.
Sure.
Have you ever, and what got you to the point of where you are now? Because I've never met somebody that actually said that before, so I'm interested in knowing what changed you.
As far as like not Not trusting the government or not registering to vote or
No, not trusting the government, not ever voting. Because were you taught that, or did you ever at once even trust the government as a child because maybe your parents said this or that, or that's what people done? But what got you to the point of where you are? What happened to make you that way?
I think that what really happened with me is, and it's to me like my life, and I don't think that everybody looks at everything the exact same way, but to paint a picture of it, it started with religion. And I actually I had a buddy of mine on my podcast yesterday who was a very religious person. I've never made fun of somebody who is religious. I'm on the fence, and I know you were talking about government, but this is kind of where it started with me, is me starting to question things because as a kid, I just followed the rule book. Whatever my parents told me, I just followed it. My dad was in the military. It was very much a yes, ma'am, yes, sir household. You didn't question anything. We went to church regularly, but we went to church one day and I was like 10 or 11 years old. And my pastor had said, God, please be with the Cowboys as they play the Panthers so I can pay off my Camry. And I said, nope, I'm done with this. Like, that's what made me start to question just everything. Mm-hmm. So it was religion, it was government, it was everything. Like, I'm tired of being fed everything, and to blindly follow anything is ridiculous. So I've been way more skeptical, and you can call me, a pessimist or whatever. I just don't trust anybody or anything anymore.
Right.
I believe that's a real strong point of who you are that actually saves you a lot of time with dealing with BS from people who more than likely was trying to BS you or dealing with situations and stuff. So I like that. But I have my own reasons that I didn't trust it. I did at one point during the time while I was in the military, man, I was indoctrinated. And it's like, I've been retired going on 8 years now. So it's like every year after retirement, I start seeing things through a different lens. And I see things when dealing with the government for what they are. But while I was in, man, I'm telling you, they could have told me that damn sky was pink. Goddamn, eventually, I might would have believed it because I was all about Army and everything we done, all of the above. But the more I got out, now I don't. And I actually, back in the day, I used to believe, and no, I know there were more people who actually cared about their constituents, the districts that they govern. They wanted to do right. There's only a handful now. So I actually did used to, and it just made it worse once I got in the military and believing in that system. But now, oh man, I see it exactly for what it is, whether it's dealing with the military or not. The military will help you and can push you along in life, but it also can mess up the way you think, and you won't really know until you get away from it. But
you know what's wild is that football and the military are almost synonymous with each other for almost the exact same reasons.
Yep. And for me, this is one of the main reasons I don't trust it mainly now, because it's obvious that both parties are working together. They're just all up there acting. Everything they doing for the camera, it's all theater. Because at the end of the day, probably 95 to 97% of them are controlled by it's not real. You know who I'm talking about. They do whatever the hell them people say. So I don't trust it because it's obvious once again that they do what they say. And while I was in the military, now that I got out and I see all of this, all the things we used to do in the military when it came to dealing with them, it makes way more sense now. Like everything we knew, they knew. Everything we did, they did. If we had it, they had it. I just didn't used to get that, but I do now.
And I'll tell you this, when Prescott bring it up about the church and all, I don't know for me when. It just hit me, and, it wasn't too early. It wasn't church. It wasn't nothing. It just, I guess from just watching it maybe 10 or 15 years ago, I wasn't really paying much attention to politics or that much in it. Now it seemed like I'm watching it more. I'm listening more. I'm studying more. Some of it I don't really give a fuck about, but it is what it is. But let me thank our viewers from watching. Hey, we appreciate y'all watching, guys. Y'all should be able to see the comments. We appreciate y'all, and keep the comments coming. We appreciate it. But Prescott, you was gonna say something a while ago related to some of that.
Oh, it was more about the economy, and when Seven had said things about we getting priced out of the housing market, I don't think he meant I get where he was going with it. But it was the way that I have always kind of approached this since the pandemic is that when things started to become when we started to isolate things where it was like we're essential workers, right? Essential workers got to keep their jobs. Then everything became essential, right? The person who was working the fast food joint was like, "Well, I'm essential. I'm making your food." The drivers are saying, "I'm essential. I'm bringing you your food," and minimum wage goes up. And the thing is, like during this 2020 to this 2026 landscape, is that people are still seeing record profits because they know that when we had the things that we started labeling as essential, you are still going to pay it. We know that you're going to pay it. So I call it stayflation. Most of these things have not gone down, and it's because once they knew that people would still pay these prices, why the hell would we go back to the prices of what they were? We know what you are going. We know the links that you're willing to go to pay it. And it's kind of the same thing with the housing market, is that now that we know that we've increased the salaries technically, why would we bring the housing market down too? Stayflation and inflation is, I think the stayflation is really, and I know it's a term I made up, but I think that that's the more dangerous thing than the actual inflation, because we know that things are going to go up in price year by year, but knowing that it's never, ever, ever going to go down for the common products, that's where the issue lies in the day-to-day life with the day-to-day people.
Yeah, and it kills me when the politicians get to talk about how they're gonna bring food prices down and bring this down and bring that down. But if I'm running a business and I have my shit marked up to $12 and the president come up and say, "Hey, could you mark that down to $5?" and I'm losing money, I'm like, fuck no, I'm not gonna do that. So, but you got these politicians all talking about how they're gonna get the prices down. I don't know. It's more to it than that, but I ain't gonna get on up into that right there. But that's JP. Appreciate you tapping in, JP. Seven, did you have any anything else on the
controversy is funny as hell.
Yeah.
Man, I just personally don't get why people have so much faith when it comes to anything in society, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even really trust regular motherfucking people. Like I was saying before, I don't even trust niggas at the job, because everybody's so fucking phony, and the government is phony. And as far as y'all talking about the military and sports like the NFL and shit, how they copy each other, through that whole conversation, I heard everything y'all was saying, but the naked truth of it all, it sounds like motherfuckers is hellified brainwashed. That's what it sounds like, man, to the core. And it seems like the further you get away from it, the less the brainwashing works.
Well, see, that's why I, as somebody who dives into sports for my own like side gig, this is why I love hearing interviews from guys like Jeff Teague, because when you're in the moment, like Rico, you said, when you're in the job, you're oblivious, or not oblivious, but you know that you're supposed to stay on the straight and narrow. But once you're retired and you're done and you can get away from everything and there aren't the consequences, that's where the truth comes out. That's where all of like where the bodies are kept. You finally get to get the real story, as opposed to at the podium. Yeah, I want to praise God, and we all do. Every day we're trying to get 1% better. Like it's the same thing every single day. But once they're away from the game, you get what really happened and the real stories, and things are actually interesting, and things are uncovered.
Right. Yeah. Once you get away from it, it all comes on out. You get retired and you're not worried about your check guaranteed. Then you can go and let the everything come out I guess no, she ain't fired. Well, she's fired. Pam Bundy got fired, but she ain't ready to tell everything yet. But she waiting because Trump gonna turn against her ass anyway. You know, I like when somebody put that on Facebook and she had an orange around her lips. But anyway, I ain't gonna get in that. The question was, do you trust the government? Rico, did you say you had another part to that?
No, I just wanted to speak on what they were like, what Seven was talking about, and a little what Prescott had said when he talked about you actually get to take that mask off and you can see and speak. Right. But I want to bring some attention of why you shouldn't trust the government.
Okay.
Most people don't even realize our government, the governments overseas and all around just about now, they're trying to kill us. Look at you have cost, you have chemtrails, food. It's all tainted, most of it, especially in this country because we're a capitalist country. It's all tainted. If people don't know what chemtrails are, when you look in the sky and you see the planes going, if like that the white stuff you see it coming out of most of it, if it sticks together, that's not exhaust. That's small particles of metal that they putting in the air to keep you sick. Look at the things they allow. Nicotine is addictive, is as addictive as heroin, but it's legal. You see what I'm saying? So now, oh yeah, my glasses are definitely off. And go with what Prescott said, I'm gonna tell you, you probably won't be surprised, but the average everyday citizen, American that trusted, they would be shocked by the things that go on, not just in the military, but mainly when we at war. It's ridiculous. And I'm gonna say something I never say on here, and I don't know if them people gonna come knock at my door.
Watch it.
But look, this is serious because I've said this to other people, but I never said it to on a platform like this. But it's the truth. They need to know we pay to have our own soldiers, Marines, Navy, and air people pay to have them killed. I'm not saying they just give like, here, go kill the soldiers. No, but the only way we get information about who's doing what over there is we give the money to locals. We can't give money to women and deal with their women. We don't get to talk to them. So you're always dealing with men. You don't know if they the Taliban or not. They just coming up there saying, hey, this gonna be here, whatever. We do a little investigation, find out if a little bit of it is true, or they gonna break them off. As a platoon sergeant and a platoon leader, we go out doing our missions and stuff. Man, you get money to give away. You see what I'm saying? And how do we know? And I know some of them, all of them is not for us. Most of them are with the Taliban. They taking that money, giving it back to them. I don't like that. We did it in Iraq. We did it in Afghanistan. And I don't think that do y'all see what I'm saying? We basically paying because that's buying the weapons, the bombs, and all that stuff is helping to pay for that stuff. And it's not right. I said that in a meeting when I was in Afghanistan, man, I got in trouble. Yeah. Boy, my sergeant major, he ripped me a new one.
And I see what you're saying because they're not in uniform, they're in street clothes, so you don't know who they are. Like you say, you give them some money and they give you a little bit of information. The information can be not true, can be wrong. I experienced a little of that talking to the soldiers when I worked in Iraq too. So I know about that.
Wizzo, that sergeant major, he told me if you want to get in politics, get out the army and go run for something. He said, but don't say nothing. Basically, that was the gist of what he said after he cussed me out about saying that.
Right. Let me Scott, were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say that I don't have much to add on that, but just talking about government. It's funny. I honestly, for the longest time, thought that your last name was Wizzo, and then I cash apped you, and I'm not going to use your government name because I'm not trying to be that guy.
Nah. Hey, you know what?
Hey, hold on. I'm curious as hell. Now, I thought that was his last name too.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not the only person who thought that, man.
I thought that was
Wizzo, I'm about to pull you up.
Hey, Prescott, but I tell you this. You had wound up sending me too much, so I sent you a refund. I don't know if you saw that.
You did.
Yeah.
My dumbass. I saw the number that you gave, and then the shipping. I'm like, I'm just gonna send him, the amount that I need. And you're like, no, I told you. When you were like, I told you, dummy, the fourth one is free. And I'm like, I was just trying to help the culture, help the cause, man.
Yeah, but like, I'm gonna tell you this. I appreciate it, but I was giving you a cap, just like my friend Ryan White had. He sent me too much, but he wouldn't take it back. But I had gave him a cap because I've given away more caps than I've sold. Because it's not about me making the money. It's about you. Like you have my cap on right now, ripping it, and I appreciate that. So it's because this cap cost me like about $10. That patch is like 10. And I sell it for 25, so I'm making $5. But if I press it, then so it's not about the money.
The patch alone was $10, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, unless you buy a bulk shitload to get the patch down and so forth, get the cap down, and I'm not keeping that much inventory on hand. But wholeheartedly though, I appreciate you buying the 4, and I sent you some back, and because I wanted to make sure I gave you one. And before I go on to my next thing, is you guys. Prescott hit me up and wanted to come on. He's been on the show a couple of times, and he's only available on Wednesday and Thursday. So I went on and scheduled this. That's why I say you got to hit that notification bell because I post according to my guest availability. And I had no trouble in rearranging the schedule, reaching out to everybody and see if they can go and come on. And so I did this. I want to make sure he get a chance to come on, and we're gonna hear what he got to say. Cause
and I appreciate you doing that for me, man, because I know my schedule is goofy, and you know, I run my own joint when I work 5 days a week, 11 hours a days. So on my days, I run my show, and the fact that you were willing to do this around my schedule for my availability to be on your show, that shows me the level of dedication you have to this and the people that you have on your panel. I appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely. With that being said, ain't nobody mad but the devil, and we always say fuck him. So Prescott, what you got to throw out up in the barbershop? You sitting down in the chair? What's on your mind? I'm gonna sip me a drink.
So I've been sitting on this for a bit, and I kind of workshopped it a bit with my buddy CR, who's in Illinois, and we didn't go into too much because I want to make sure I had like fresh, organic opinions on this. Is that, do you think that we would have Donald Trump as a president if we didn't have Barack Obama? And also, would you be willing to give up the Obama years to not have Trump as a president now?
Oh man, can I answer that first?
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, man. Oh, I love that question because that's something I talk about sometimes.
See, this is why this is why you need one person from Alaska to be on the damn show.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Hey, the atmosphere in this country right now is directly related, however you want to put it, with President Obama. Not winning just once, but twice, back to back, 2 times. Like, to be perfectly honest, that scared a lot of people who look like you. It did. I'm not shooting at you, taking a shot. I don't know. I'm not trying to offend you or anything.
Not taking it that way at all.
But that's a fact. It scared a lot of people that look like you. And I truly believe that that's the reason we have what's going on right now. And what was the second part of that question?
So the first one is, do we have Trump because, or do you think that Donald Trump is president because we had Obama? And would you give up the Obama years if it means you didn't have to endure Trump either this time or the previous or altogether? Would you give up the Obama years to never have Trump as a president?
No, I wouldn't do that because that changed history, and from my opinion, in a good way, even though the outcome of it is definitely bad and getting even worse as we speak and sit here. But that was something like when President Obama won, and all those years he was the president, it was a different atmosphere in this country. A lot of the craziness went away. The races actually started. You didn't see as many things going on. Like they was gone back in the backwoods or wherever they was at. It wasn't like that. Yes, murder and all that stuff. None of that stopped. But I felt like during that time, I can't say. Well, it was, to me, it was better because remember we had just went through a recession when Bush was going out. So the economy, everything got better, jobs grew, the country was growing in a good way. But I definitely would never, ever give up that, because that did a lot for, I guarantee you, him becoming president. There's young people right now who are in the positions that they in because he became president that look like me, that's Spanish and all that. They let them know that you can reach way up here, even if you have Black, Spanish, you have melanin in your skin. But it did a lot for a lot of people. And then think about the DACA people, the dreamers and all that came in the country, that the things he created. Look at the Affordable Care Act. I mean, the Republicans are clearing it out now. There was people who even know they will be dead if it wasn't for the Affordable Care Act because of that preconditions. I forgot the exact terminology for it, but basically now they have pre-existing conditions. Yeah.
Rico, let me ask you this. I know you're on the road, but let me ask you this. But do you think Trump would be president? You think Trump would be president if it wasn't for Obama or something like that you had asked?
No, because I say this and that because of this. You see now there's infighting in the Republican Party, correct? You have the Trumpers and then you have them regular Republicans. The regular Republicans don't really like the Trumpers. Yeah, sometimes they go along because they have to, but more and more of them are stepping out. 30 35, 40 of the Republicans not even running for re-election. They see what's coming. They want to get away from him because they don't want him to take them down with that ship. Because look, Steve Bannon said when he gave a speech, there's a lot of us in this room, including me. If we lose the midterms and the 2028 election, we're going to prison.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to prison. So it had to be done. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't give up those years for Trump not to be here because, but nah, I keep it the way it is. We got to deal with it.
Right. Okay, so let me welcome JP to the stage. What's up, JP? Check mic.
Yeah. Man,
Check.
look like a jazz player.
Right?
Check mic, JP.
Mic check, mic check.
A little bit of volume on you.
You need volume.
Yeah, I think we got you after that.
Bro, usually
We
he
got
like he
deep,
got a
sexy
glass
ass
of
voice
Hennessy
up in
or
here.
something.
I'm
He like
done.
he
I'm
got
about to hang it up.
I just woke up, man. I just woke up. You know, I've been working nights.
Right. Okay, JP's a quick intro, and then we're gonna catch you on this question, and then we're gonna see what's up.
Oh, I'm good. Y'all know how it is, man. This is the only place you can find me is on Wiz right now. So I'm either on air or I'm watching. So I'm glad to be a part of it.
All right, that's what's up. All right. I know, let's get with 7, and then we're gonna come to JP and see what's up on that question. 7, what you got on there? You think Trump would be the president if it wasn't for Obama?
I mean, I believe he would. And the reason why I believe he would is because everything in this government that they have set up has been in play for quite some time. So if it wasn't going to be Obama, it was going to be somebody that's motherfucking crazy in here to make the people feel comfortable, because they had to issue in a wave of comfort before they brought in a nigga to do some shit that's real crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they needed people to be more comfortable mentally. So really, you got a lot of people defending the shit that Trump's doing, and Trump's doing some interesting shit. But Obama was doing some weird shit too. They all did some weird shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just have a stage that they implementing the shit in, and they just walking us into it easy as fuck.
Yep.
Easiness. They really got to finger us before they fuck us. So that's what they really doing, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Obama and them niggas before him was just a little foreplay. Now these niggas just straight trying to dry fuck us, bro, on God. And people blind to it because they playing this whole side shit. You know what I'm saying? They get everybody caught up in a Democrat, Republican. All them niggas the same people, man. I ain't fucking crazy, man. And the people who get caught up in that shit is funny because they have valid points. But that's the game these niggas want to play. They want you to get separated so then they can be like, well, they on my side. Or they on my side. Nigga, this one big orgy. Ain't no side. Everybody fucking everybody, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right, and before we let JP go, and I have Prescott repeat the question for you in just a moment. I don't know if I think Trump, and I don't know, this is just me personally, I don't have nothing to back it up. I'm just saying that I think Obama kind of brought Trump out to run, but when Trump ran against Hillary and then he ran against Kamala Harris, I just don't think he had a strong enough Democrat person to run on that side. I think had it been somebody stronger on that side, he wouldn't have won. What he did, he got down to Joe Biden or whatever, and I don't even know how that came about with that, but you know.
Well, before I rephrase the question to JP, there's one part of this that has always kind of got to me is I don't think that this country was willing to, because we had already gone through the Obama administration back to back. I don't think that this administration or this country was like, you know what, we can't have him lose to 2 females as well. I think the people who are that much into the camp of Trump were like, this whole "Make America Great Again" thing was we need a white man who is all about guns and like just pew pew pew, just everything. We need to have him. We need to have that because we're supposed to be a strong nation and blah blah blah. I feel I get what you guys are saying because if it wasn't Trump, it could be somebody else. But that was the guy. I never thought in a million years that the guy who was just hosting a game show, for lack of a better term, would end up being president. But the question that I have for these gentlemen, JP, it's a two-parter. Is would Trump be president if we didn't have the Obama years? And also, would you give up the Obama years so that Trump would not be president now?
That's a good question. My answer is not straightforward because that question is really geared towards a person who believes that what happens in these elections is by the people, right? That we had something to do with it, and we don't have anything to do with it, right? So research already shows that even in local elections, with let's go down to the most recent one here in Texas with Jasmine Crockett and Tallarico, right? Jasmine Crockett didn't lose because of a political misstep or political decision, and Tallarico didn't win because he was better when it came to the people. Science and research and strategy is already explained and taught us when you look for it, right? That the person who spends the most money wins 94% of the time, regardless of what level of election it is. So I have good things and I have bad things to say about any politician, period. Well, some of them I don't have any good, but you get what I'm saying. I don't choose a side. I don't look at the situation like we the people have any control. Our Congress and our political system was purchased years ago by people with deeper pockets than ours, where, in my opinion, those people probably don't even cast votes, right? What they do is cast dollars, right? So the homosexual LGBTQ base in this country and abroad is who funded the Obama operation, right? That's why you had the first time you had a gay pride flag flying at the White House. You had, what's his name out in LA gave something like $200 million to get this man elected, right? So people thought that he was so pro-gay or whatever, that he had some kind of secret shit going on. I don't agree with that. That's just him taking care of the people that got him where he wanted to be. You don't get into Congress or get in the Senate and say, one day I want to be president, and go tell everybody that'll listen so that everybody's looking out for you. That's not what happens. You get tapped like you do in any other organization. You join a gang, nobody comes to you and says, hey, one day you're going to be president, right? You just perform and you do well and you show good. And then when we need another president, somebody going to pull your coattail and be like, hey, man, look, we need a president here, right? It's the same thing with the gang and the government, right? They're supposed to represent us. They don't represent us. You look at what they do. You look at how they act. You look at how they vote. You look at how they're funded. You look at how they move. Nothing that they do says that they give a fuck about any of us. Right. So I don't think that we would have had a choice in whether Obama was president or not, just like I don't think we had a choice in whether Trump was president or not. You think it's happenstance that white, black, yellow, green people of all shades and colors laughed at the fact that Donald Trump was running for president the first time? It was high class comedy to the people that were supposed to be represented by government. But then he won and nobody said, how'd that happen? You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
black people.
I did, but see that now we're getting to a point now where if you have celebrity, you can be president, and I think that's
absolutely
the atrocity of us as a country, letting it just be if you're popular enough, you can be president, which is bananas to me.
In this country, we worship celebrity, right? As evidenced by the cancel culture. I tell people that all the time. You wouldn't cancel a celebrity for any of their behaviors if you remembered that they were a human. Because they wouldn't disappoint you, because humans don't disappoint you. You dig what I'm saying? If I'm not worshiping you, if all I'm doing is enjoy, Seven paints a picture. Let's say he paints a picture and his status and caliber of Rembrandt. It's the best thing in the world, right? And then all of a sudden we find out Seven was walking in HEB and punched the old lady in the face, right? Are you going to tear that painting up?
Well, what did she do to get punched in the face?
I don't give a damn.
I'm defending Seven on this one.
Seven is crazy. Right? Seven's a nut. All I know is he had an art form, and in this example, it was painting. I enjoyed the art. I paid for it. It's valued at $1 million. I'm keeping my painting on the wall on display because it's a Rembrandt. It's a Seven, right? I don't care who he punched in the face, but if I worship him as an artist, not just his art form, but I worship him as an artist. Now I'm devastated that he did that. I expected more out of him. I don't expect nothing out of him but brushstrokes. You dig what I'm saying? You're a painter.
Right.
If you're a singer, I don't expect nothing out of you but singing. If you're an actor, I don't expect nothing out of you but acting. I said it before. I remember when our people went crazy when they basically outed Queen Latifah as gay and she was smoking a Newport 100, right? I was more appalled by her smoking 100s than I was about the fact that she was gay, because I don't care. You was the bomb and set it off, right? Like, I don't care about, I don't worship you as a celebrity. You're a human. You shit like everybody else. So what happens is we get caught up in this thing where we worship these people, and then of course we get upset, and then we need to cancel them. We need to stop. Listen, when soon as they took Cosby to trial, when his trial was getting ready to start, it was on the news. I went and bought all the seasons on DVD because I knew they were gonna cancel him and take him off streaming.
And the Argyle sweaters.
Right. I don't care. I'm still watching. I got them all on DVD. I went and bought a DVD player just to do it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the only way you give a damn. That's cancel culture on. That's why they can't get rid of Dave Chappelle. He got too much money to be canceled, man. He say whatever the fuck you want to say, and it's so real that the people support it, but the people that want him canceled can't ever do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
so anyway, to answer that question and circle back, I don't think we had a choice in the matter. I don't think that we have a choice in the matter. I think that the next president is already chosen. And I think that the only way that doesn't happen is if they don't get enough people to have money to get behind them. Because again, 94% of the time, the person that spends the most money wins.
The problem is that too many people on both sides have money. If they want to make it work, they'll make it work.
Absolutely.
Right. Gotcha. Any other comments on that right there? Seven, Rico?
Yo, I want to add something real quick. Hey, yo, this is what Jason said. This is a quick question. This ain't got shit to do with none of that other shit. Now, one, I just want to ask a question and make a statement. Okay. One, is Queen Latifah gay? And two, if she is, Set It Off was the realest shit she ever played. I feel like that was really her.
I never knew that.
Agree, bro. Yeah. Yes, she gay. She gay. That's cool. She gay, right? And absolutely, she got to play herself. She got to be her inner self.
She was real. I love that shit.
That wasn't acting. That was living.
Exactly. And I was her on a Saturday.
Bro, I say this all the time. I tell people, I need to see. To me, a person that does good acting or a good movie means that even though I know I'm watching the movie, I know I'm watching an actor or an actress, right? I fall so much into your character that I forget that you're acting because you're so good at what you're doing. Yeah. So now I can just go into the story and pay attention, right? But and I always use the example of Denzel, right? Denzel is going to be Denzel on every movie, whether he's a good guy, bad guy, cop, criminal, any.
I just talked about this yesterday.
Yeah. So what we all think is, oh, he's such a great actor. He's just being himself. He just happens to be saying different lines and playing a different role, right? Yeah. He gonna always be Denzel, and that's what makes his acting so passionate, and people like it because he really got into that role. No, he didn't. He just being himself. He reading the lines. He remember, you know what I mean? He put a little sauce on him, right? I'm not taking away from his craft, but I'm saying that's why it comes so easy for him. Because if you look at any movie, no matter whether he was a cop or a bad guy, criminal, killing people, saving people, don't matter. He gonna be Denzel. So when she got to be Cleo, it set it off. Yeah, man, that was just her being her. That was some of her best work.
All right. So before Rico, I'm gonna come to you, but let me let Poke just do an intro, and I need to see what Rico was gonna say, and then we're gonna hit you. And I got a couple of guys gonna leave in a few minutes, but. Poke, do your intro, and then I'm gonna see what Rico had.
Oh, appreciate you having me on. Sorry I was about being late. I had actually got on my bike and went and grabbed me some fish because a new little spot just popped up, and I thought I was supposed to be next week, but apologize for that. Anyway, it's Big Poke. Love being here. I see some new face there. How you doing? What's going on, fellas? It's all good. I actually want to get into this because I was listening on the way home.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm a tad bit fired up, so I'm ready.
Okay, well, we're going to get you, and I'm glad to have you on here. I don't need you riding out and telling everybody here on live like that you went to get some fish that's on, I don't know if it was 2-leg fish or what, but we don't need you putting that out there like that shit. I'm just saying. I know fuck that shit. Don't put that out here for every goddamn body. Let me see what Rico gonna say, and then we're gonna get it going. Okay, Rico, what you got?
I'll be quick. Wizzo, this was about something you said you said when we was talking about what the election was about, Trump the two women losing to Trump,
Yeah.
and the people not voting for him. My opinion, I think it was more about gender that they lost, because the majority of men and
Yeah.
women,
Okay.
they don't want to see a woman in power, and I think that had a lot to do with Jasmine Crockett in her election. They don't want to see women in power. I'm not saying that's the only reason. Of course, the money thing matters as well, but there's a different reason. But there's a lot of people, especially the men in this country. Think about what's going on now. These acts that he's trying to get passed. It's basically to put women back in the 50s, where you can have a woman can't even have a bank account without her man or her husband or something like that. You see what I'm saying?
Put on an
They
apron
don't
and make
want
them
women
have
Yeah.
to do anything. And because I believe that we didn't had a bunch of men as president, whether black or white. So why not a woman be president? The president, to me, in my opinion, is a figurehead anyway. But that would do a lot for just like with black and brown people for what President Obama done. Think about all the little girls that would inspire, who life probably would change just because they seen it. So I believe that it's because of the gender, but I believe also that it would have been a good thing.
Okay, gotcha. So Prescott, how much time you got left?
Oh, I'm actually good. I got more time left in me.
Okay, I know Rico probably got about another 15, 20 minutes. So I just wanted to make sure, you guys got some closing comments in before you get ready to go, because shit get deep here and we be all over the goddamn place. But I need to Poke say he was taking notes and he ready, and he don't have a word of the day for us, but I know he got some shit for us. So
Do you have a word of the day? I love that. Whenever I do my podcast, whenever I do my podcast, I have, did you know? I love that you have a word of the day, man. I need to get a calendar for that. That's awesome.
yeah, he be having a word of the day. The last few times he didn't, but he usually have one though.
Yeah, my fault.
But,
Again, like I thought it was supposed to be next week.
Yeah, you on next week too.
Yeah. That's how I was looking. I was like, oh, it is next week.
Yeah, I got
It
some
was both
shit
of
up.
them. Yeah.
I'm running because next week we got the adult conversation between men and women. We have 4 ladies that's coming on, and we have 4 or 5 guys that's coming on. So it's gonna be some shit talking right then. So I'm just saying. So, but anyway, what you got for us?
What the
God
fuck?
damn, we got the Master Avenger up
Oh,
in this.
yo, he came in like a series.
God
That
damn.
is PM.
Is that a
I
ninja?
was like,
Hey,
who
I
the
thought
hell
we
is
was
that?
about to get robbed digitally. Goddamn.
God damn, he about to rob us up in this motherfucker digitally. He said,
Give up the bandwidth.
yeah. PM, welcome on in. Okay,
Yo.
all right, Pope, what you got there, Pope?
All right, so the question I thought was very interesting, because I did get to hear it, and I was like, that's a nice thought exercise. And to me, the thing is you got to remember that the tumultuous time that brought in President Obama, like, because we're at the tail end of Bush being considered a weapon of mass destruction. Like he's actually a wanted war criminal. So there was a lot going on during the Bush administration that led to the majesticness of the idea of the black savior that Barack Obama was going to be. The question that he asked was, would you trade it?
Yeah.
And to me, the answer to that is do we still have the same Bush era? Even though, and I'll admit it wasn't Bush himself doing it. He wasn't in charge. Cheney was running most things. But if we still had the same Bush era, then there would still be somebody who's going to present it as magic to bring the establishment back into tow. Now, if we just move past the Bush administration and then go to what happened during the Barack administration and look at it from it's just the establishment, then there wouldn't be any difference than who the next person would have been. It'd have been the same. This is the person who is going to make America have the image that we miss, get us back right on the world scale, get the economy rolling again. Like, because, with the whole QE2 and the QE1 and the QE2 thing during the Bush administration, a lot of people forgot about that. But there was a lot of turmoil going on, which is why it made it the perfect situation for someone to come through to be the face of a righteous change, as it was kind of presented. You know, that whole "si se puede," that yes we can. Like it transferred across all the ethnic groups, and again, it's because of that Messiah effect that came with President Obama. And I feel like that would happen with somebody else if the Bush administration was still exactly the same.
Okay.
And that's really what I wanted to hit on when he was asking this question about that. Like, if the Bush administration stayed the same, then even if it wasn't Barack, we'd get somebody who'd basically been the same thing.
Been the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Any comments? Anybody? Seven.
Hey, yo. Hey, I just want to add to what Pokey's saying, because Pokey's he sugarcoat that shit. Hey, yo.
Oh Lord.
I knew the marketing and all that shit was fucked up when they put a black man in that bitch, because they only let black people do some shit when shit fucked up at the end. So I already knew shit was going low. That's just like this whole shit with the stock market and everybody jumping in that bitch. Yo, they only let regular niggas start getting in that shit because it got spicy, bro. Because before, when I was a shorty, you didn't hear too many niggas talk about jumping on that damn stock market, and digital currency, none of that shit, nigga. All that shit, they started doing that recently, bro. So when Barack Obama got in that bitch, I already knew shit was fucked up because of the nigga who was before him. And then they had motherfucking Biden coming after him. I definitely knew shit was crazy with that nigga. And then Trump talk about taco bowls and shit. I was like, yeah, this shit over with. You talking about grabbing by the pussy? It's done.
Any comments?
That was the point of no return.
I mean, Kevin, you never disappoint.
Right. Never.
You never
say what
disappoint.
you want to. So let me say this. If nobody have any other comments on it, right there, what was being said. PM, we see you up in that PM cutting it on up right there now.
Hey, that shit clean, ain't it?
Gotta get the bread.
Yeah. Now don't do him like that old boy on what was that on Barbershop cut that plug in that guy's head, because it's gonna be some shit. So don't do that now. But let me ask you guys this right here. So it's been the LGBTQ has been brought up twice in this conversation, and about Obama. Them donating so much money, and the flag flying at the White House and all that. But I just want to know, what is it that people have against the LGBTQ? Why should I give a fuck if that guy likes sucking dick or getting fucked in the ass, or if that woman like eating more pussy and whatever?
You shouldn't.
Exactly. So I'm trying to see, but you got a lot of Republicans, I know, because I've had several on the show that voted for it like that, and they are so far against it. And the first thing they want to say, and I hate when people try to quote the Bible and say God didn't create Adam and Eve, he created Adam and Steve, or Adam and Steve and Adam and Eve, or some shit like that. Now that's probably the only time that motherfucker then probably looked at the Bible and they want to say some shit like that. So I'm just asking you guys, who really gives a fuck? I've never had a member of the LGBTQ come on to me and say, hey, you got nice ass, you got this, you look that. Now, I'll tell you now, where I do have a problem a little bit is if which my daughter was going into the restroom and there's a full beard motherfucker going in there with a dress on. Now, then I'm gonna probably tell my daughter, wait till that motherfucker come up out of there, some shit like that. But, they talking about the different restrooms. The average guy doesn't care if a female come in there while he's pissing, because he'll probably turn around and show her his dick while she going over there to go on and squat, because we know she can't use the urinal because she can't sit back and hack that pussy up like that and piss. But my question overall to you guys is, who gives a fuck? Or why should I give a fuck? And JP, I know you was about to say something. What's up?
I just want to piggyback on that because I agree with what you just said. People want to do their moral signaling, right? Like they want to come on top. I'm going to touch on a couple of things you said. Number one, and that's why they always want to say, oh, well, morally it's wrong and this and this and that. That's not even your business. I realized a long time ago that unless somebody was trying to mess with kids, I'm going to get involved. Mm-hmm. If that's not the case, and whoever it is they trying to fuck, I don't want to fuck, whether it's male or female. I don't care what they doing. That's their business. As long as it ain't about kids and it ain't somebody you trying to have sex with somebody that don't want to have sex with you, which is a whole different word, right? I don't care what you're doing. That's got nothing to do with me. And like you, I ain't never been hit on like that. Keep it out of my face. And I support the community. I'm not a member, but I support the community. Do what you want to do. Go on about your business. I don't care. I have no dog in that fight, number one. Damn, you said something else I was going to comment on. Anyway, I'll come back if I hear it again.
I've heard that voice. You've been hit on by a dude once or twice. I don't believe it.
No. Hey, the real shit. No, but real. Hey, you laughing? Hey, he laughing, right? He laughing, right? I'm a man, and I'm securing my masculinity, and I can say that I have had men verbally say, "Hey, you know," and I'm like, "Nah, man, I ain't with that."
Yeah.
And it's over. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't with none of that. And the reason that happens, I'm a firm believer, is because there's so many of these motherfuckers running around here on this DL bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And I need to say a message to all the DL brothers. Stay away from our women, right?
Yeah.
Like, leave our women alone. If you want to be DL, that's fine. Get you a man, go be gay, sit down somewhere. But dipping in both sides, it creates a problem for those of us that don't dip in both sides. You see what I'm saying? Because you get with some of these women and I'll be like, oh, no, man. No. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's like you said, if they want to go sit down somewhere, go sit down on some dick somewhere other than that. But you ain't sit down on this motherfucker dick. I'm just saying that I ain't never had one in all my 59 years, one that tried to go on and say something to me. So if they thought it, I didn't hear it. But let me come to Prescott and see what's up on your mind about that. What's up with that?
Oh no, it was just funny because when you guys said like no one has ever hit on you in that regard, like I did. It's because it triggered like a core memory with me. I'm in the car business now, but when I was selling cars when I was like 20 years old, I sold this girl a car. We went on a date, and I guess I was 21, but I had never really been out to the bar scene, and she took us to a gay bar, which like did karaoke because I love to sing. So she took us to a gay bar. She's like, "Hey, I need to go to the bathroom real quick." I was like, "All right, cool." So I'm sitting at the bar by myself, and this guy hit on me. He's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" And I said, "I'm with somebody." He goes, "It looks like you're alone." And I said, "No, I'm with somebody." he kept getting kind of more aggressive. And he's like, "What? You don't think I'm good enough for you?" I was like, "Look, you're an attractive dude. And if I was gay, I would think it'd be a real strong pull. But your aggressiveness, even if you were an attractive female, I would say no, good sir." Like it was just something.
Hey, get out of character, Prescott. But when you done that gay thing, you kept shaking your head like you would.
Yeah, well, because I was perpetuating him. It also doesn't help that I'm wearing all pink while I do this.
Get down,
I'm not making a strong case for myself.
Hey, Prescott, let me ask you this: you selling cars, right? You ain't never had one of them.
I'm the sales manager at a car dealership up here. Yeah.
Yeah. So you ain't never had one of them motherfuckers come up in there and say, "Hey, I'll suck your dick if you gonna get me off in this car."
So 18-year-old me is pleading the fifth. So I want to be clear. Nothing ever happened, but I will say on a test drive, it's wild that you bring this because. So I started selling cars when I was.
Hold on, right quick. Because I don't think they caught that. He said on a test drive.
Exactly. Yeah, I caught that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
unintended.
When I just turned 18, and this girl was driving a manual transmission car, which I thought was impressive on its own. Again, I'm 18. I'm not dating anybody, and she goes, "Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing." And I was like, "No, whoa. No, this thing got way too speedy, way too fast for me, man. Like we are on company time, and I don't know, man. The early 2000s was a weird time.
Right. I got you. Go ahead, Rico.
Prescott, I'm gonna thank you. You inspired me
to go sell cars.
Funny story too.
Oh shit!
Hey, hold on.
Oh shit!
Hold on. Hey, and it happened around the same time. I was gonna say this was around 03, 04. I was stationed in Columbus, Georgia. Atlanta, like 80 miles straight up 85. So I'm in Atlanta all the time, man. This one night, me and my boys, we at Club 112. I'm about a hot 28 to 30, somewhere up in there, something like that. And hey, it was one of them. I saw somebody posted it, one of them lady boys. Hey, and I ain't gonna bullshit you. Look good as hell. Like I didn't know. And I'm sitting there, I'm doing my thing, and then to this day I don't remember the name, but I appreciate them for being straight up, because he eventually said, "Well, I'm a man. Look, I bullshit you not, man. Hey,
Yo, if it sounds like JP, you should have known beforehand.
Yeah, man, it freaked me out so bad. I'm from a small town, population 1,500. I ain't never had no shit like that happen.
Yeah.
I couldn't say anything, and because I went mute, man, he started saying all kinds of shit. I could do for whatever a woman could do. I could make you feel better. And I'm sitting this process like, man, I'm gone, Wizzo. Hey, y'all, I'm gone. And then finally, my boy Rounds, Gregory Rounds.
He straight up went Silence of the Lambs. He's like, would you me? Because that's what he did to you.
Hey, the only way I got out of that situation, my boy walked over there and he said, he said, man, what's wrong with you, man? I saw the look on your face. And I said, man, let's go. And I just walked away and I told him what happened. He said, man, that freaked the shit out of me. It messed me up.
I'm gonna tell you this, and then we got to go to Pokey in 7. When we have to be careful in the club because all them DLs, because you go off into the club and your ass get drunk, and that mother gonna take you home, and what you thinking with it, and they gonna turn the lights off and let you hit that brown eye, and then you know, I'm just saying, you in that motherfucker, then they gonna suck your dick and stick it right in their ass. So I'm just saying that. You got to be careful. All of the people that's out there drinking got to be careful, because you're going to go home with the wrong thing. But let me
Barkley terrible.
Let me go with Pokey. He said it's Charles Barkley terrible. Pokey, we need to hit 7. Pokey, what's up with that? What do you think about it? What's up? Why people hating on the gays? Or how you feel about it?
There's quite a few things I got to address.
Okay, come on
John
with it.
Brown. All right, so if we're talking about people having sex in the privacy of their home, then nobody should have any issue with that, because you're having sex in the privacy of your home, and unless it's your home, then there's nothing for you to be concerned about. But when we're talking about Gonzo coming out the closet, and I'm talking about the Muppet Gonzo. Yeah, when we're talking about Gonzo coming out the closet, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with Gonzo coming out the closet. I have a problem with Bert and Ernie all of a sudden coming out as lovers. I have a problem with that. Yeah, I'm if that's who you talk, guilty.
I didn't know that.
Guilty. I have a problem with She-Ra being a Decepticon. I have a problem with She-Ra being a Decepticon.
He-Man?
Who is saying all these cartoons are going? Who is doing it? I mean, I don't even know.
All you got to do is anything I just said. Just all you got to do, quick Google it. Gonzo coming out the closet. I promise you, you'll see exactly what
I didn't know they were doing. I didn't know they were doing Sesame Street like that.
Decepticon. Just Google it. Just Google it. Okay, you will see what I'm talking about.
But go back to.
Let me finish. Okay. I got a few more. I got a few more. I have a problem. I have a problem with school books teaching children how to play with themselves. Got a problem with that.
I learned that by myself.
Got a problem with anybody who's on the RuPaul side of things trying to teach children just about anything. Got a problem with it, dude. Got a problem with it. I do. Because those are children. I have a problem when our former president came out and said that young boys need to have themselves a ubiquitous mentor. Got a problem with it. I do. Got a problem with it. And I'm not making anything I'm saying, you can fact check me.
Yeah.
Anything I just told you. And I got a problem with it. I do. Now, I don't know exactly who Wizzo you're talking about when they're saying they got a problem with grown-ups doing grown-up things, because if I put it like that, then hey, there is no issue. There is no issue. But I got a problem with.
I got you, Rico, but we got to go to 7 afterwards.
I got a problem
Okay.
with anybody's daughter having to compete with somebody who feels like they somebody's daughter. Got a problem with that kind of stuff. I do. Think it's dead wrong.
Okay.
But I'll stop there.
Okay, and we're gonna come to 7 because I've heard 7 also say about guys playing with dolls and kids playing with dolls or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm gonna just touch on this one thing too before we go to 7, and he can go and clear up whatever is if they're not being taught. The internet will teach them one way or another. They're gonna look it up and they're gonna find it. So I'd rather than be taught by somebody that know than taught by the internet by somebody that's not correctly or whatever. But it's a trustworthy person is what I'm saying. And about the characters that you named, I don't know, but I mean I'm not gonna fact check you. I believe that you speaking like it seemed like you speaking truly on that. But I will say this, and then I'm gonna go to 7, and then we got Rico, whatever, and Jason. But when you have a married couple, 2 guys that's married, and then they adopt a child, that kid is seeing these 2 men hug and kiss and go on, and then they got to explain that to that kid at some point. So you get to wondering, well, is that kid gonna want to experiment with that, or is that kid just or we getting off into a whole different thing? Are they born that way? Because this one lady told me she knew her kid was gay at 9 years old. But I just want to just touch a quick couple of things right there because I don't want to hold too long. But I need to hear what 7 got to say and then see what Rico had. I just want to touch a couple of things right there. 7, what's up? 7, wake up.
Hey, and I ain't sleep, man. Hey, man. Hey, as far as that shit with the toys with the kids, right? So
yeah,
my whole stance with that shit is everybody is complaining about gender roles, but nobody is talking out loud about the gender roles we've been given since we were shorties. Little boys, we out here playing kill 'em up and shit. We got action figures with swords, cutting niggas' heads off. Girls got Barbies with cars and mansions and baby dolls. Why the fuck do people get so caught up on gender as an adult, but they don't let kids explore different things? That don't mean that they gay. How you know a boy don't want to learn how to take care of a child? You know what I'm saying? But then he gets to be a man, and motherfuckers like, well, men ain't sensitive to children. Nigga, y'all not programming them like little girls, man.
No, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of it that way. That's a great point. I never thought of it through that lens.
Yeah. Nah, but it's real though, because it's like that's early childhood education when you really think about it. You're teaching the kids how to be a certain type of way with children, and teaching them about battle, teaching them about honor. That shit's real, but motherfuckers.
Hey, somebody getting some feedback. Poke, you turn vertical there. Landscape or something. We got a little feedback coming from somebody, y'all. I'm not sure. 7, did you get finished? Somebody's TV or something. What that is?
I can kick them out the club.
Yeah, that's somebody's TV in the background or something.
That's you.
That might be you, Poke, because you turned side. So probably mute yourself or something until you get it straightened out. Okay, 7, go ahead and finish now.
Yeah, it's just about them gender roles and teaching the kids the right kind of way, because we're not expressing certain things to these children so they can grow up well balanced. We are putting everybody in a certain category, and then we're wondering why they have these certain mental expressions when they get older. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta stop that shit and let everybody get more diverse with the type of shit they do. Because little boys can play with dolls. Like I had a stepson here. I used to let him play with my daughter Barbie dolls because he like. Wait, listen, when I was a little kid, my cousin had Barbie dolls. I used to grab on them titties and motherfucking make sure them dolls was naked, all kind of shit. Little kids know a lot about shit that motherfuckers don't want to give them credit for.
Y'all saw 7 flail his hand too, right? I'm not gonna be the
Oh
only
yeah,
one.
I was moving my shit. That's crazy.
He was talking about Barbie at the time.
Yeah,
that's funny as hell, man. Hey, yo, what Big Pokey was saying about them canceling them cartoons. Hey, yo, all that shit is crazy as hell because the one nigga I ride with, they canceled that nigga, and that was Pepe Le Pew. And I know he was taking pussy. Hey, he taught me the principles of being resilient and never giving up and believing in yourself.
He was the epitome of he knows and yes is still yes.
Yeah.
Hey, but all that shit is deep as hell, but people want to cancel it now. But that's this the type of shit that made our generations a lot more mentally strong. Because they gave us certain things to think about. Now, these cartoons with these kids, you got motherfucker all kind of weird shit going on, man. You know what I'm saying? You might see a unicorn flying across the sky, farting out a rainbow or some shit, nigga. It's not, some of this shit don't really make no sense.
With you bringing
For real.
that up, I have to ask you guys real quick. Do you guys remember Ren and Stimpy? Because that had no business being on TV back in the day.
That shit, boy. They used to be touching titties and all type of shit, man.
I used to watch that shit.
Yeah. Let me before we come, let me get Pokey here, but let me thank so Rico, we're gonna come to you, but let me thank all our guests for watching right now. Hey, if you like it, I appreciate if you hit that share button and share the live and share the podcast, and hit that link in the description if you watch it from Facebook, and subscribe to Wizzo Talk and follow me on the Facebook, and I appreciate that. I kind of fucked that up because I was doing two things at one time. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Keep the comments coming. And remember that next week we got an adult topic between men and women. We got 4 ladies that's going to be on the show and about 3 guys. And that is definitely sure to not disappoint you, because the women bring the heat and the guys bring the water hose to put that motherfucking shit out with. So I'm just saying. Rico, what you got right there? Then I'm going to hit up JP. Well, I'll make sure Scott, don't leave Scott before you get to say something, but I got to go to Rico and then hit JP, and we're going to work around the room.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna reply to this, and then I'm gonna have to get on. I'm gonna have to go on and go too. I gotta get the awesome. With the issue, I believe. Well, first, I don't care. I'm with Wizzo and Seven, especially when y'all said that it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me either way. People get, you be gay, you do all that. My problem lies along with what Big Pokey said. The push for me, the pushing of the issue. They're making it normal. And if you, as a child, they absorb everything. So if they think that that's normal, it's okay. And it's way deeper than most people might see. This is all about population control. 8 billion people in the world. Think about the AI and the robots and all that technology and stuff taking over. They don't need as many people. They need us to stop having children. They're doing it in the food. You get more people gay. Guess what? We have what's called a negative birth rate in this country right now. You see what I'm saying? So it go way deeper than that. The reason the issue is actually being pushed, but I don't care about it. It doesn't bother me. Hey, to each his own. Hey, I just want everybody to be happy. Hey, free love, all of the above, but I don't agree with the pushing of the issue because I believe it's messing up the children's mind.
Right. I hear him saying they fucking with the kids. That's his problem. So yeah, I mean that's my in the comments right there, and I can see that with the kids. But with that being said, let me come with JP. JP, what's up?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm enjoying the conversation. I said my piece. Okay. I agree with Pokey. I didn't go as deep as that, but yeah, those are problems, man. I mean, not so much basically the same stuff he said, but we can. It's more detailed than that, but yeah, okay. I'm on agreement.
Prescott, you got anything else on there? And then I'm gonna see what PM got. Look like he's rolling. I think he heard the conversation. Oh, I may have lost it. Prescott, what you got? Anything else on it?
I mean, it's Alaska. I think I've said this to you beforehand. Like Alaska's basically just Arctic Texas. It's very close mine. It's very much a hardcore Republican state that will kind of lean into the same ideology of, like you said, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and things like that. And I've like not most of it, but I have a lot of gay friends. I have 3 friends or 3 couples that are gay that have adopted kids, and the kid's straight. They're not. I think it really is a case-by-case basis, though. Like when what's being pushed, because I've never heard of some of the things that Pokey was saying. Now, I do know that there's been a lot of representation that has been applied differently. Like when we talk about The Little Mermaid, people getting up in arms about that, like color or gender and things like just kind of. What was that?
What was the issue with The Little Mermaid? I'm not aware.
No, so because it was a black mermaid, and people were like, well, it's a black mermaid. Okay. It's like mermaids aren't real anyways. Like it's just people who want to get upset about things will find a way to get upset about things. Yeah. I look at the exact same ways. If you want to find the bad in somebody, you will find it quickly, because it's much easier to find the bad in people than it is to find the good in them. But when it comes to just those types of things, I have no problem with any. What I do have, but to get to Pokey's point, I agree with him, is like when you push something on somebody who doesn't believe what you believe, that is the problem. But that is where you can also get with these hardcore Republicans. Like, if you don't believe what I believe, then it's wrong. And then they get offensive, and then they want to push their stuff even more down your throat if it's not what they believe. So it's I'm with the overall conclusion, like what it feels like with all of us is, as long as you don't hurt nobody, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Will Smith and Men in Black, right? And that's how I feel about every single avenue of life. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. If there's one advice that I've taken from my dad is, I will never start anything, but I will end something. And just don't start anything. Life is not, we're not here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Don't make it more difficult for anybody else on planet Earth.
Already. Let's I need to go. Rico getting ready to jet, so I need to let him give some closing comments, and then I need to see what PM got, and then we're gonna hit a pokey. Rico, what you got before you get out of here?
Hey, I just want to say, hey, thanks again for having me on. But I want to say something to the people of this country. We the people have the power to change the things that we don't like. All we have to do is band together and just stop going to work, stop shopping, stop spending money, and don't.
This
do
man
it
said, "Don't go to work."
What they put everybody. Yeah, hey, don't go to work. Like, seriously, they're doing it in Italy right now. They done shut the whole government down over there. Nobody going to work, nobody paying bills, nothing is happening. But we the people have the power to change. Soccer team
shut it down.
We the people have the power to change it. And I want to say this, so you can take those glasses off where you think everything is okay. Government, the word itself, govern means to control, and mint in Latin means mind. The government is there to control your mind, your thoughts, what you think, how, and if you think it, that's going to be how you act. So, and lastly, I want to say, hey, I'm flying out of here tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I will be officially a Hawaiian, and but I still will be coming on here, ready to hang out and chill with you fellas.
So we'll see you next week on adult topic between men and women, right?
Of course.
And women.
I'm sorry, Rico. Are you saying that you're becoming a resident of the state of Hawaii?
Yeah, I fly out in the morning. I'm moving to Hawaii. Well, we moving to Hawaii.
For sure. Safe travels.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, Rico,
hey,
we appreciate you,
y'all. See y'all next time.
All right. Let me hit up PM and with a little intro and any comments, and then we're gonna come to you, Poke. So PM, what's up with you?
What up, fellas, man? It's PM with the PM podcast, man. It's nice to be on again. Sorry I'm late, man. I was in the barbershop cutting it up. And I missed some things, and every time I came back, it was talking about gay. So I don't want to offend nobody. Who said that?
You just said y'all was talking about gay.
We were just talking about gay. That's it.
Like,
we were all happy, PM. We were all happy. Okay? Everybody is
Don,
elated.
we now are gay apparel.
Everybody's elated.
Yeah.
Well, that's my father's watch. Don't you say watch, no bro. You say little clock or something. All right, so guys, who coming out today? I missed this one. Yeah. I'm glad to be on here with y'all, man. Sorry I'm late, fellas. I thought it was gonna be 6:30, but things happen.
Yeah, it happened. We appreciate you coming on. Just be careful while you're driving. I know you got your earbud in. We're gonna see what Poke got, because I know Poke been taking some notes up there, so he ready to go and let us have some. So Poke, come on with it.
Yes. All right. So Rico had mentioned something, and he did it in passing, but it was very, very poignant when he was talking about food. Like, this is going to be crazy, but I promise you, again, happened, it's proven. Better than 20 years ago, there was this cat named Alex Jones who was saying,
oh boy,
that they were turning the frogs gay. I thought this was the most ludicrous, ridiculous, wildest. Like, for what reason? What point would it be to do such a thing as to turn frogs gay? But it was practice. It was practice. The chemicals were like, when Rico was talking about the food. When Rico was talking about the food, he hit a point. It was practice. The chemicals, the preservatives in the food, the estrogen mimickers that are in a whole lot of the foods. This is why men are getting breast cancer now. Okay. Yeah, I know it don't get talked about much, but yeah, men are getting breast cancer, and it's because of the estrogen mimickers that are in a lot of the plastics, like BPA, for instance. I'm sure some of y'all have heard of that before.
I'm going to move my camera up so you guys can stop staring at mine.
Yeah, like in a lot of the plastic bottles. and in Tupperwares and in the microwavable dishes for the things like that. Like
Right.
it's all a big old hook, line, and sinker. Like the reason it's being pushed so much is a problem, but there are other factors, and Rico just brought it up in passing. But I just thought it was very poignant that yes, for real, when they say the food is poisoning, they mean that literally.
Right.
They mean that literally. And then the false equivalent. I'm sure you did not mean it in such a way, but being black and how you have sex are never going to be equal. Having sex or how you have sex is always a choice unless we're talking about something illegal. Being black is just how you were born. Because no matter how you feel, unless you act on it, it's just a feeling. So I can feel attracted to Beyonce all day, every day. But unless I get a chance, which would never happen, it's just a thought. I can dress like a lumberjack all day, every day. I can feel like I'm Paul Bunyan. But until I get down there and start chopping woods, I am no said lumberjack. And it's the same thing when it comes to sexual orientation. That's why it's a false equivalent. Because no matter what orientation you take, you have to take action to be said orientation, which is never the equivalent to just being born and identified as black automatically. Even if people who say they're not black, they still get identified as black. A bit different. And that,
Okay.
again, I don't think you did that. I don't think you did that with any malice or anything like that. It's just that is definitely a false equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
That will never, ever have a song about strange fruit because of how you like to have sex.
Mm. Well, I just know that if that guy go in that restroom with a full beard, I'm gonna tell my daughter come out to that motherfucker leave out. You know, and he may not be doing whatever, but I just know that I'm not gonna put no trust because there's so many of them I think that's dressing like that to use it in the wrong way. And I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying what I think and what I believe.
Let me ask you
Well,
this.
Go ahead.
I think one of the things is like is it shouldn't matter what somebody looks if you feel like you're because if you're talking about your child, I think that there's levels to the age of the child and the circumstance that they're in, right? So if you got a 4 or 5 year old going to the bathroom by themselves, like, who wants to go by themselves?
Mm-hmm.
As a parent, you're like, well, I'm gonna hang by the door because I have one kid, right? And I have my son. When my son was younger, would go with my wife. There was a family restroom, you know, and he'd go with the females and stuff, and that's not a big deal, right? But what the bigger thing I guess for me is, like you said, if you see somebody tailing your kid to a restroom, even if it's a man going into a restroom, because there is no telling that even a straight man going in is not a man going into a men's restroom with a little boy going in by themselves does not mean that little boy is safe too. Like, I think you got to read the situation. Like, all right, kids going in. Do you want me to be there with you? Like, at least be in the vicinity, or you got it on your own. But you got to take inventory of your situation. I don't think that it's appropriate to label the person given what they look like, but it's a slippery slope, kind of.
Right. Okay. JP, what you gonna ask me?
I'm glad he said what he just said because now I get to ask both of y'all.
Okay.
How does what you apply say work in one of these countries? Because there's a lot of them that have co-ed public restrooms.
Right.
True.
And I have no.
It don't matter if you got a full beard. It don't matter if you got a dress on. The bathroom is that one door. Ain't no male or female. It's one door. You go in and you pick your stall and you use what you use.
Right. And I hear you on that. And then in my case, in that situation is I'm going in there with my child in.
And that's what my point was, is that it really, if I see a bearded dude going in the bathroom, it don't matter, because if I see a lady going in the bathroom and I got to send my child in there, I'm going in there with my child. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm going to wait, like you saying in your example, waiting.
Right.
I don't just single out that somebody, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm one of these people y'all know already that really can't get into the gender inequality conversations, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, these women are out here raping and pillaging these kids. I'm talking about women that you're supposed to trust, meaning they working in a daycare, they working in a school, they working in these different capacities because we just assume that women are super duper nurturers, right? And so we allow people to keep our kids. The reality is that a lot of these women are just as heinous as these men. So it's about protecting your child from everybody, period.
Yeah, exactly.
This wasn't a question that I brought up, but now that you mentioned that, it triggered, like, whenever you say trigger, it always seems like it's a negative connotation to it. But do you believe, because there's part of me, again, it's a case by case basis and every individual is different, but there are certain times where I'm like, there's the vanity of women at times who are like, well, my husband doesn't show me the appreciation. I can still get a younger man. But by that, they go into way too younger. Is that?
No, I really don't. Okay, I think that, and I know I'm gonna open a can of worms that's gonna come up next week. But
well, luckily I won't be here, so I'm not gonna.
It'll be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
Women have inherently realized and learned very early on the benefits of being a woman, the benefits of being especially if you're a pretty woman, the pretty privilege, right? But the reality is there's no excuse, just like it's no excuse for a man that's touching the male history teacher / coach that's doing something with your daughter, right? And they give him 30 years, right? And then they got the elementary school or 6th grade teacher who's a female and who might be cute, and they put her on probation for doing the same thing.
And every
right?
single person's like, I wish that my teacher did that.
Absolutely. And they always have the benefit of saying, oh, like you're saying, for example, oh, my husband ain't giving it to me. That's all bullshit. They are heinous criminals. They are pedophiles. They are predators. And just because they happen to own a vagina and have a cute smile, everybody want to overlook it and try to make it easy on them, right? That's all bullshit. And I always call bullshit on it.
I just feel like it's their justification when they do it, though. Is
absolutely it is.
When those circumstances do arise, that's the justification. Is what it feels like when I see those types of stories, though.
Absolutely, they're not going to take accountability for their actions. I mean, even if you watch those body cameras on YouTube where they go arrest these women, every time they got a million excuses. You know what I mean? It's no accountability.
Right. Let me get ready to go to 7, but before I do that, I want to thank all of our guests for watching right now. Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate the comments coming in. Y'all make sure y'all check us out next week for adult topic between men and women. We got 4 ladies on and about 3 or 4 guys. The conversation is going to be wild and crazy. It always is. Like I say, them women bring the fire and the guys bring the water hose, and we piss all over that shit. So I'm just saying. So we're going to have a good time with that. So y'all make sure y'all click that link and subscribe, and we appreciate it. We're going to hit up 7 and then hit up PM.
I always say free R. Kelly.
This man say free R. Kelly. God
He just mentioned pissing. That's all I said. Free R. Kelly.
Hey, before we come to 7 right quick, Prescott, you got closing comments before you get ready to go?
No, I do have to dip out too, unfortunately. But I just, again, I always appreciate your guys' time having me on. I know that when it comes to certain things, especially on the political landscape, because of the way that I look, I'm not always the best messenger when it comes to certain things, but I appreciate that you still have me to voice my disappointment who is currently in office and the way that he runs things.
Right.
And I know that it doesn't mean a lot to everybody, but I know I can't do much, but you have an ally in me. So I want to leave it at that. I always appreciate your time, Paul.
Right.
For sure.
And with that being said, guys, like I said earlier, Prescott hit me up. He's been on the show before. He's only available on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I went on and scheduled this for this Thursday. That's why I always ask my guests viewers to click the link and hit that notification bell, because I post according to my guest availability. Prescott bought 4 caps from me right off the rip. And you know, I appreciate the support. You see, he wearing that pink one right now, and he's rocking another shirt from somebody else. Who's that shirt, Prescott?
That is from In My Bag Apparel. So he does a lot of like he's a big hoops guy. So he does a lot of like custom design for like it does it even WNBA. He's got Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson stuff. Like he does his own designs. So this is Evan Bradfield of In My Bag Apparel. He got me this, and so I'm just trying to color coordinate. I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to get like you when I grow up, man.
All right. Hey, Prescott, and last thing before you go, y'all, he up in Alaska. I think Poke Dog might be off into talking some sports with you too. So when you have something, you might look him up because he's he's definitely off into that. So look him up.
Yeah, I'm always into sports.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, I run a sports podcast, and I like to just do the lives now. I've kind of abandoned the actual construct of a podcast, and I just enjoy having people on and interviewing them and streaming it instead of doing all the other work behind it. Right. So if you ever want to be on, man, I'd love to chop it up with you. We can exchange info, and I would look forward to it.
Oh, definitely. All right, Seven, go ahead with you, Seven. What you got?
Get out of here. Stay up, stay blessed. Love you guys.
All right, Seven, what's up with you? I know we got off track here and there, but come on with it.
I guess I'll speak on the fact that I really don't got no problem with no gay motherfuckers, but I do think that it's funny as fuck that gay people got so much of a voice now, especially with the way a lot of these niggas be feeling like they gay and they want to dress like a woman in like public settings, like at work and shit. Like motherfucker, like nigga, I know you're not a woman. I think I can see you still got stubble on your chin, you nasty bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't give no fuck about none of that shit, man. Stop dressing gay. And the fact that gay niggas want to go into other people's bathrooms don't really bother me that much, because you gotta be a nasty ass nigga if you want to see somebody taking a shit or pissing. Like, I get liking vagina and dick, but god damn, everybody shitting and pissing, bro. Like, that shit not like what? And then the fact that niggas just trying to go in there and rape somebody in the bathroom. Yo, I get how niggas be secure over their children, but ain't no fucking way I'm sending my child in that bathroom without a knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving that little nigga a weapon or something, like, hey, little nigga, just in case somebody pull their dick out on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers don't teach their kids any type of social construct. Like, bro, first of all, I would teach my son, if you in a bathroom and you at a urinal and another nigga come to the urinal and he not one urinal away from you, that nigga on some bullshit, because niggas don't even piss by each other like that for real. Yeah. Unless it's just two urinals. And typically, if it's two niggas, one nigga is gonna go to the stall and piss in the toilet. Yeah. So it's a lot of shit people don't even teach their kids about societal structure and how people communicate with each other on a body language type of motherfucking on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers want to just stick to words. Nah, you gotta watch how these niggas moving, because the gay shit, it's been around. Nigga, I remember being at grammar school and there was always at least one or two boys in the classroom who was extra feminine, and I didn't even know what gay was then. But I always used to be like, man, something up with this nigga, man. Why he moving like that? Why this nigga talk with his hands and throwing his hips and his head? And, like, that shit weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't never say nothing out loud. I'm just looking at that shit. And then every once in a while, you might hear a nigga make a joke like, man, that nigga gay. I'm just thinking like, oh shit, is gay real? But I didn't even know gay was real until I got into high school, nigga. I didn't know nothing about that shit for real. That's like drugs. I hear about it, but I didn't really see no crackheads and shit till I got older. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they indicting these kids into this world, and they don't, or they initiate them into this world that it's like they don't have no grip on shit, bro. Because a lot of this shit I didn't even know was real for a fact until I got into high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, there was this one nigga, he was talking to me, and then this nigga gonna ask me, how old are you? And I told the nigga, oh man, I'm 13. That nigga talking about some, I'll go to jail. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I get home and I ask my dad, I'm like, Dad, this boy asked me how old I was, and I told him, he said he'd go to jail. He sat me down, he's like, son, that boy faggot. I'm like, damn, dog, that was my first time ever encountering one of those. Yeah. Like, that boy was trying to get the meat off the bone, boy. He was nasty. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck was he saying? Like, that shit, man, I was a freshman. This nigga was like a senior. He was hunting for real. That shit. So it's like, man, hey man, we really be babying these kids around these tough subjects that we feel is so hardcore, but kids talk about so much shit already.
Yeah.
So people really got to stop pussyfooting around these kids and just be straight up with them. And that's why a lot of times I'll talk to the kids like they're another adult. I might not say nothing too raunchy, but I'm gonna keep it real with them because really, niggas out here and be like, I'm gonna talk to a kid with respect. Whole time they talk to their kid like they're a goddamn pet dog. Like, come on, man, you're not talking to these niggas for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? So people gotta get outside that shit, man. And all this gay shit, that's just normal now. Shit, you just gotta teach your kids how to motherfucker stab somebody. I don't even know why people so scared to teach them how to work.
Let me say this before someone go. I have to address Mark McNeil, even though Mark. I'm gonna welcome your comment. You talking about this is a very low IQ show, but your ass be up in this motherfucker all the time, ear hustling and listen. Go ahead, Jason.
Every week he be in here with some shit to say. He don't want to come on. You done invited him on to be able to say his piece, and that's exactly what Prescott was saying, or somebody in the comments was saying that. I don't know. It might have been Osama, right? That was saying that social media, the rise of social media, has allowed that overt racism to come on out. You know what I mean? Because they can hide behind the keyboard.
Yeah, because we've invited Mark on the show number of times, and now he's gonna talk about this is a very low IQ show, but he don't want to bring his ass on here. Thank you for your comments, Mark. And
hey, how is it low IQ though? That's what I want to know.
Because black people are talking.
Probably so.
Okay,
Yeah,
man, say some wild
exactly.
shit.
He's a diehard Trump. He's a diehard Trump.
God.
Because black men talking. That's all.
He's
Like,
diehard Trump. If Trump shit on his dick, he'll suck it.
Mark
I'm just
probably
saying.
out there looking in the window right now, looking at some little boys play tetherball.
Yeah, probably so. He probably in that pedophile category.
What up, Mark? I like you though, man. At least you show it every week.
Yeah, keep tapping in, Mark. But
Hey, yo, I think it's crazy.
You playing with
that
them
these
hacky
white
sacks,
people-
Mark.
Yeah. But
hey, I want to say this real quick. I think it's crazy that these white people be coming on here saying crazy shit like that, and these niggas whole time be doing that gay ass wrestling where they be grabbing each other's buttholes and flipping and all type of tight Spanish. Back in the day, them niggas used to wrestle butt ass naked. Nigga, that's
Seven. Excuse me, Seven. I'm sorry. Hey, look here. You go. I don't know what your problem is with actual wrestling. I might have to ask you to back down off of that one, though.
I was going.
I'm gonna hit the nigga with a rock.
Look. Hey. Look, Seven might usually let you rock. 9-0 because it's fun as hell. But
man, that shit gay. Them niggas
Stop.
Hey, y'all, I need to go to PM right quick.
It's a 110-pound wrestler that'll read you your rights. Just because you saying stuff like that. Look, I get it. It ain't for you, but promise you don't want them kind of troubles.
Man, I'm gonna let that nigga grab me.
I guarantee you don't want them kind of troubles. Good.
Hey, let me go to PM now that he's settled in right quick, and then we're gonna hit up Poke, see what's up. Yeah. PM, you gonna catch up on anything?
Man, y'all crazy. That's all I say. Y'all crazy, man. I don't even know where to start, y'all. I can say this though. There was when I went to work at this place called Bye Bye Baby. It was a sister store of Bed Bath and Beyond. I know y'all probably familiar with that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I go in there, fill out the application. At this point, Obama ain't been in the office, so I'm still a 7-time felon. I ain't even in the office yet. I mean, he ain't even in the office yet, so I'm in there trying to get any job I can. Right. I'm trying to stop hustling or whatever the case may be. So I fill out the application. When I fill out the application, I go in there. I done lied about my resume, job history, and everything. I go in there and give him the application, drop it off. It's a gay dude at the counter. I give him the application. He go, y'all hiring? He's like, yeah. So I leave. I get a call back, interview process. I get hired. So when I get hired, come to find out later on, they wasn't gonna hire me.
Oh yeah.
They wasn't gonna hire me. The gay dude actually told them to hire me.
Oh shit.
So it was so crazy because when he does this, I don't find out until later on, but I'm like, that was wild. Like I wouldn't even gotten the job, but just because the gay dude said he wanted to holler at me and I was cute, y'all gave me a job. That's wild. So You know what I mean? Everything happened for a reason. So I heard somebody say they got hit on. I think that was the first time I probably got hit on
Yeah.
by a gay dude. But the nigga got me the job. But
Yeah.
He
yeah,
tried to eat you alive. God damn, man.
Damn.
yeah.
All right.
And then
Then.
when he told me later on, I was like, "That's wild."
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But I guess he helped me out. But later on, you know, they be saying Obama never hurt nobody else. He helped me out, homie. So when he got in the office, he wrote he signed something in California. I think it was like HBO 49 or something like that. And what he did was he gave people a second time to redeem themselves. So if you never did state time, what happened was what they did was if you never been into the penitentiary, and they was like, you know, we're gonna erase all your felonies. And what happened was I only did county time. I did a long time in the county, different stints, but I did county time instead of state time. So when I was working with some barbers at this barbershop called All Cuts, one of the dudes influenced me to go ahead and get my gun license. And when I tried to do it, they sent me a letter back saying I possibly can get in trouble for trying to get a firearm, being a felon, which led me to going to calling an attorney in Los Angeles, and come to find out I didn't know about the bill. So Obama had, when he had signed it, when I called the attorney be like, "Nah, man, you don't have nothing on your jacket." And I'm like, "What you talking about? I know I done been to jail. I just got denied a letter." So California is so loose in doing their paperwork that they never just taken it off. Until I called that attorney, he went down there, man, and hooked me up. He said, I'm gonna send you the abstract, the paperwork, everything, make sure that it has dismissed on there and everything. So that allowed me to become a firearm instructor, a licensed carrier, and a lot of other things opened up for me. Even with the barber college, they had this little thing. If you like a felon, you know, it'll stop some felons from being a barber. So it actually helped me out in the long run, man. And got all that erased. So now, you know, I live life like a normal citizen. And, you know, so I always hear people saying, "Oh, Obama ain't never did this for black people and all that." I think that him signing that bill didn't do it just for black people. It did it for a lot of people. So I can't say he did something for more than just black people. He did it for a lot of people that had been, you know, at a younger age, making that young mistake of not, you know, doing what you supposed to do. And I made a mistake, man. You know, it was GTA, carjacking, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But it changed my life. And I struggled with that for like 30 years, bro.
Damn.
30 of them before they actually taking it off. So imagine, you know, luckily I was accustomed to being in the street, living in the street. I was one of your, you know, I was in the streets. And I was able to survive and still take care of my kids and my family, you know what I mean? And not die in the streets. Like, you know what I mean? And I really say that, you know, it helped me out at that point. So for all those people that's going on there say, yeah, he didn't do nothing for black people. Well, he did something for people in general, and I'm a witness to that. So that's all I want to say about that one.
All righty. Poke Dog, I see you change location. Do you have to go, or you just kind of moving around?
I just moved around. That's all.
Okay.
I just moved around.
All right. Well, let's see what you got, and then we're gonna see what JP got. You got anything on anything been said, or you gonna throw something else out there? What's up?
Well, Pete started talking about his encounter with the other kind.
Yeah.
the other team, and it just reminded me, like, I was like, have I ever been hit on? And then I was like, yes, I have. So I was a supervisor at a call center. This was years and years ago. And, you know, as a supervisor, you're going to try to treat everybody, I ain't gonna say the same, but at least with common courtesy, open common courtesy. And, you know, and you're in a leadership position, so you definitely do not want to appear easily like you're showing favoritism to anybody. So on my team, there was one, his name was famous. Damn. Yeah. His name was famous. And forget it, sirens. I apologize. Forget the sirens.
Oh no, Pope. They coming to get you because you killed famous and hit him in your backyard. I know who you were trying to hit to.
Well, yeah. So anyway, you know, when you're doing one-on-ones and stuff like that, and you know, you usually in your office. You know, it's one-on-one. It ain't too much visibility going on, and you're making eye contact because you're a supervisor. You're supposed to make eye contact. You know
Right.
what I mean? And this person took this as, for some reason, as I am copacetic. I don't know, you know, but the motherfucker winked at me.
Oh goddamn.
Yeah. And needless to say, that was the last one-on-one me and Famous had.
Yeah. But Pope, let me say this right here. Now there's eye contact,
Yeah.
and then there's eye contact. So
look, I don't know if you've been reading reports to somebody and it made eye contact with them, but that's the guy I'm talking about. We're talking about daily average basis here.
yeah.
So Pope, was it like this or like this?
Or like this. Did you mean he just looked like this?
Man, I was at that place. I had got promoted, man, to customer service trainer at that one spot. And you know, I got to conduct all the interviews, not interviews, but the training, customer service training. So we got to go through the employee handbook and all this, right? Mm-hmm. So I get there one day, and the lady that was over me, she had set up everything, and the class is in there. So I'm coming from Barber College. I go straight there to do the training, and I'm doing roll call. It's maybe 8 to 10 people up in there. So I get, you know, going through the roll call and stuff like this, and then I come to a name, and it's a dude's name. But it's this little Prince little nigga sitting over there, and he's like, I go by Chantel or something. I look at the thing, I say, ain't no Chantel on here, but the dude is full out, hair, long, little, you know, Prince looking little dude. So I'm like, well, he looked like a girl. And I look, and I said, nah, man, it's a so-and-so on here. He's like, nah, I go by Chantel or whatever the name is. I'm like, man, your mama named you Clay. I'm gonna call you Clay. I had to call the lady above me in here because I didn't want to be no HR situation.
Right.
And she came in there and she was like, look, whatever your badge gonna say and whatever's on your ID, we gotta call you by that unless you get it changed over. Yeah. And that dude walked out in there and quit.
Damn. Well, you know, I will say this, and then I got to hit up JP right quick. But PM, I'm glad you kind of cleared that up for me because I thought you had got promoted with the gay dude. And you had just started. So I'm gonna say, how the fuck you get promoted that quick?
Yeah, it's some years with my
okay. I was just gonna say, like, what the fuck going on?
Playing in your face.
JP, what you got, man?
I ain't got nothing, man. I'm just gonna roll with it. I mean, y'all been on this one subject for a minute. Whatever come up, I'm with it.
Y'all say I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. I did have one other thing to break up, but let me see what Seven gonna say. Then I'm gonna say one thing that I got before we get ready to get out. Seven, you got anything?
Other than the fact that I'm tired of motherfuckers dudes dressing up like women and walking around like that shit is fucking normal. You know what I'm saying? That shit is mind blowing to me. I think I seen a nigga at work today wearing some bunny ears and a pink outfit, and I'm just thinking to myself like, man, we all know this is a fucking dude. I was on the elevator with this nigga, and I'm trying my best not to look at him with this look on my face, just right here like this. I'm trying not to look at this nigga like this, so I just started looking at the goddamn floor. You know what I'm saying? But people are very weird out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even just gay dudes. It be women out here that's opinionated as fuck. Like I seen some shit on the internet today, and some comedian lady was talking about some marriage is legalized in the modern day legalized slavery.
Leslie Jones.
I'm trying to get niggas to realize, yeah, she kind of right for men, because women is dumb as fuck out here nowadays, man. We slaves to this shit, bro, because now women think everything they say is important. And it makes me realize even more why niggas used to hit women back in the day, because now motherfuckers is too opinionated, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to the good old fashioned days when niggas knew their place because they respected who they knew could beat their ass. And that ain't even just for women, that's for men too. Nowadays, everybody feel like their opinion is so important. But back when I was growing up, niggas knew not to step out of their bounds because you could get your ass whooped by certain niggas. So people respected motherfuckers different.
Yeah.
Now nobody does that. Everybody's like a woman. Everybody got to talk and do all this shit, and nobody expects to get hit. And the thing is, I don't give no fuck about gender, nigga. I'm gonna knock your ass out. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Stephen never fails.
All righty.
Never fails.
Let me ask you guys this right here, just to switch gears from knocking motherfuckers out right quick, and woman or man or whatever. So, and I wasn't gonna bring this up, but so I don't really have none, and I might get it wrong. But Facebook or Meta, and I think YouTube has been sued for what is it? Kids, shit. Being stalked by predators or some shit like that. I forgot exactly what it is, but I'll make my point. Go ahead and make my point. They just been sued. It was just on the news, and they got to pay out so much money, whatever. They've been sued because the kids can access predators, can get off in the child predators, can get off in Facebook and YouTube and stuff like this. But my question, let me just go to that I asked you guys. I mean, is it really Facebook or YouTube fault that the kids are getting hold to this material? Why don't the parents just not let them be on social media or something like that? I mean, it's been kid predators off in chat rooms and different things like that, falsifying age or whatever. Unless you get some type of photo ID for that room to enter that kid's chat room, they still gonna be there. So I don't understand, and I don't know if you guys saw this. Like I said, I didn't really have nothing on it, but it just came to my mind that they're being sued. And you probably can look up that it was Facebook and what Meta and I think YouTube's being sued by that. So what do you guys think? I mean, who should really control their kid? Because you go in the grocery store, the kid is on the phone, the kid is on the tablet, the kid is on this, the kid is on that. And they're getting exposed to porn, child predators, different things like that or whatever. So who should limit that? Should Facebook or the parents control that? Let's start with JP on that.
That's the parents' problem, man. When most of us on this podcast, I'm just assuming and guessing at everybody's age. When we were younger, then we would talk about our parents how to navigate the city, right? Hey, don't go over that side of town. When you get on the bus, if you on the number 300 bus, you going to South Dallas, don't go over there, go here. You know what I mean? We were taught what the danger was of the time. Well, now that the danger of the time is social media and tech interaction, and you got most of these public schools, instead of giving books, they give an iPad or computer with the books loaded on it. That's how much a part of our or their lives that technology is. Then that's on the parents to ensure that those kids are protected. That's on the parents to say, if you get a random DM or message or whatever, that's some shit that we couldn't teach back in the day because we weren't dealing with it, but it exists now. So just like my family had to explain to me about the bus route in Dallas and how to get around, you gotta explain to your kids how to get around on the internet. That's your responsibility. And if you can't navigate that, then you need to get them off of it. They're not gonna die. I promise they're not gonna die if they don't get on Facebook or Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's on the parents. I put it 100% on the parents. Now, I don't like the fact that these billionaires are getting away with different stuff, but that's a whole different conversation for a different time. But as far as just the protection of the children, that comes back to the parent or whoever the guardian is of those said children.
Okay. And just to say this right quick before we go to our next comment, I just kind of Googled it, and it's a social media addiction lawsuit, $6 million awarded for children's harm. So that's just a quick little search right there. I ain't gonna go through the whole deal because this one right here says social media harm lawsuit, 30 billion who won for clients. So it's different deals right there. But so that's what we're talking about, the social media addiction, how the young kids was getting to it. Poke Dog, what you got on it?
Well, it's the first the first line of defense in this situation is most definitely the parents. That for sure. The first line of defense is most definitely the parents educating their children and actually disciplining their children about these types of things. I actually like what Jason said when he was saying, it ain't gonna kill them not to have Facebook. It ain't gonna kill them not to be on whatever other social media it is. Like, in China, for instance, you get 1 hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in China, you a child, you get 1 hour a day for social media. Period. That's it, and that's after you've done all of your work. Like everything has been made sure to been taken care of first.
Right.
Now, there is only so much a parent can do. Because, for instance, how Jason was saying, he got taught what bus routes to get on. Now, if little pistol starters decide to get on the same bus route, it don't matter what Jason's parents have taught him. He is now in the midst of little pistol starter. So we still need to do something about the little pistol starters of the world.
I got you, Jason.
And this is where the suing, although I don't think that's going to do anything. Like the reason is because YouTube is making it easier for them to hunt. That's what they're actually getting sued about.
Okay.
They did not make it as difficult as they could for them to be able to fishnet children. And that's what YouTube is getting sued about, because it almost comes off as if, and I don't want to say this because that's a big old corporation, but the negligence is purposeful. That's what it comes off like, that the negligence is purposeful. And if somebody is letting Little Pistol Starter and Tote 2 Tex on the 300 route, and they're ignoring the phone call saying, hey, Tote 2 Tex just got out of jail and he got 2 more texts.
Mm.
If they're ignoring that, then no matter what parents teach, we're going to have a problem with Little Pistol Starter and Tote 2 Tex.
Gotcha.
Okay. I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. But like you say, the pistol starters on the bus, if and when, and it did happen, right? Are my parents out of line if they sue Dart?
Say it again.
Are they out of line if they sue Dart? You see what I'm saying?
Is Dart negligent? Because remember, that's the part.
Right. And is Dart negligent? If Dart says, hey, community, come on out and get on the bus, and a part of the community is good, bad, and ugly, and I have to interact with some of that bad, even better, I go deeper. You said they were making it easier for it to happen. If a drug dealer starts selling your kid drugs, you see what I'm saying? What I'm getting at is this country in particular, we are so litigious, and we want to sue everybody about everything. We want to go to court about everything, and we want everything to come down to a dollar amount or a value, right? Because we're a capitalist society, right? So we use our court system as the same thing. Our court system is a store. Do you know, if you travel to other countries, 2 things you will not see when you get to these other countries if you turn the TV on? You will never see an advertisement for an attorney, because that doesn't exist in other countries. If you need an attorney and their services, you go seek one out. And so they have attorneys, but it's not like it is over here where they got these $1 million commercials and all this shit going on, because we are so litigious. Number 2, you will never see a prescription medication commercial. If you need medication, you go to your doctor, they tell you what you need. It's something that they do. That's a private market conversation that, hey, I have this new medication, doctor. You should probably look into the effects of it before you give it to your patients, but we'd love for you to use it. That does not include the patient. Why are they giving us prescription medication commercials to tell your doctor what you want? You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Facebook or Meta or whoever the hell is getting sued about it is not doing something wrong, which is why I was saying it's a different conversation, because they are all horrible, horrible human beings, right? They don't care about us. They don't care about their own families, right? So I'm not saying they're not horrible human beings. I'm saying, why should that amount to a lawsuit where they have to give you money? Is money going to change what happened to your child? Is money going to make your child not have nightmares about what this man showed them in them DMs when they were 10? You see what I'm saying? It's not going to help anything. It's not going to make it easier for you to collect money on that issue. Now, if you want to do something, you want to sue in criminal court and try to get them arrested. I'm all about it. I'd love to see these billionaires start being held responsible with their time by cooling their jets in a jail cell. I bet you the prison system would improve exponentially at that point, right? But why does everything have to come back to money just because you had something horrible happen to you? You see what I'm saying? That's my problem with it. That's why I'm saying the parents need to be taking care of that. Right. You can successfully navigate that. You need another option. You're a parent. You got to have options. You got to have answers. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it shouldn't come to a point where everything is going to come back and require a dollar amount.
All right. PM, what's up?
Man, they had I think I know. I don't know if it's the same thing, but did y'all hear about the little white girl that sued Facebook? Parents sued Facebook for $6 million and she won because they said they put something in the program to keep her addicted to going to Facebook.
I heard that one too.
And the other one was the programmer of this little game called Roblox. It's like crack for kids. They playing this game. Well, come to find out, they arrested the head programmer and they're suing this programmer. Like you said, they're suing him for this, but he's been arrested for being one of the head pedophiles over there. And they've been having issues with pedophiles on this game. And I've always asked, like, why do parents keep on letting, like y'all said, why do the parents keep on letting these kids access these things that they know that's harmful for them? And right. Monetary value, like you said, that doesn't help the scars. It doesn't help anything. It's just going to help the parents' pockets at the end of the day. Everybody is sue. Like even all these women that are coming up with all these accusations of rape. Back in the day, if you sexually assaulted a woman and did under that thing, you went to jail. I didn't hear about no lawsuits back in the 80s and the 90s. Now, he touched me inappropriately, I want $5 million. And it's like, well, are you trying to help the next woman that might get sexually assaulted? Or are you just saying, you know what? That's how much my touches were. Like I'm getting confused on how the United States is doing this, because it's not really helping the situation. It's just like you're just paying people out, and that causes everybody to say, I can get paid, and I can get paid, and I can get paid. And one more thing that I've heard, I'm glad that you said about being out the country and not seeing no attorneys or no lawyer commercials. Have y'all ever listened to like a country station versus a black station and hear the difference in the commercials that they promote? Black commercials. I just got hit. Girl, you better call IJustGotHit.com. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
The white country station is like, God, come on to Ted's Barbecue. We got all the barbecue you want. Bring your family on down. I'm like, man, it's a big contrast on what the poison that we're feeding. You know what I mean? Especially that person that's only going to listen to K104, 97.9 The Beat all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? It's always like a negative thing that we got to face versus what they're playing on these other stations, man. And it's kind of crazy.
Because we go for that shit. Yeah. Like we go for it. We'll buy into it.
Yeah.
We the only ones that promote drugs on our radio station. I ain't never heard a white person say, yeah, come over to Jim Bob's, man. We doing a hokey pokey tonight, do so and so. It's like you don't have the same, it's not the same life, man. It's like a totally different world, bro. I don't understand it. Wow.
Yeah. You telling me no Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer commercials will play on the country radio station? Like none. You ain't never heard. Yeah, I'm the Texas Hammer. Jim Adler.
I got an assignment. I got an assignment for you. When you go to work tomorrow, you turn it on to one of these country stations and then tell me what you hear.
Let's hear from Selma right quick. Selma, what's up on what we've been talking about before we get ready to get out of here in a few more minutes? What's up?
I ain't got shit to say, man. I'm just sitting here listening to y'all. Y'all all spitting the truth. I'm digging this shit, man.
Yeah. So you cool with the kid with the social media? The parents keeping the kids keeping the kids off social media and shit.
First of all, I believe that kids shouldn't even really be on social media. That's some shit from like teenagers and adults. So that shit that these people got going on nowadays with cyberbullying and shit, nigga, you're a pussy. And you're retarded because turn the fucking computer off, bro. Cyberbullying is not like old school bullying. Bullying to me is when I can't get away from a nigga and they trying to beat my ass in the bathroom. bullying to these kids is I'm gonna get on here and play this game and the motherfucker gonna talk crazy to me. Turn the game off, man. These niggas is soft as hell, bro.
Turn the
Like,
chat
a lot of
off.
this
Yeah,
shit
turn
is
the chat
making
off.
these people extremely sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, stop treating your kids like they need to have a social media. A lot of these niggas don't even like the people they following. Motherfuckers be wholeheartedly following their enemy, bro, and liking their pictures. Nigga, you don't even like them. Why are you liking their shit? Like, these niggas is stupid, bro. That like all this shit don't matter, but people make this shit matter, bro. It's dumb.
Yeah. JP, what's up?
Hey, I did want to bring up something. I watched your pod the other day when you gave these two MAGA performers opportunity to speak. I understood what you were doing. I understood why you did it because I also saw when both of them were on the first time and Rico was having a go at them and he wouldn't let them get a word in edgewise. So I understand why you did it and why you brought them in. But I wanted to be on there so bad because I'm going to tell you something. 90% of what they said was factually wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the opinions of what they said. 90% of what they said was factually wrong information. And so I wanted to go on there and in a calm manner, just tear them apart because their facts were wrong.
Right.
And every time, I was looking at that, I was like, oh man, I want some of that so bad because it's just fact-based information was wrong.
Yeah. And I know that you did, and I know that Pokey wanted us some also.
Yeah, especially when they were talking about the tariffs and stuff like that.
Right.
And as I had said on there earlier when I was starting, I wasn't there to fact check them, which some of the questions that I asked, they didn't even answer really, but I just kept rolling.
And when they answered, they were answering with wrong and bad info. You asked him something about inflation because he made a comment about it, and he said, "Oh well, we need to just get rid of inflation is because it's fake and this and that." And I'm like, that's not how any of that works. That is factually wrong. Inflation is only the report that they give you about inflation from the Fed Bank is only from bank to bank, the overnight loan rate, which then affects everybody else. It's nobody just, doing.
There's nothing right. There's nothing the normal average person is doing, left, right, center, or in the middle, that has any effect on inflation.
That's
not
correct. So the way what that report is the rate that, okay, you got the Bank of Wiz, right? You got a bank and you got 200. Let's say you got $1 million of Pokes money, right? Yeah. And then I got my own bank and I got $1 million in my bank. But the money that you got, you say, okay, I'm gonna give PM a loan to buy a house. So you give PM $500,000 of Poke's money. And Poke still drawing interest because he's leaving it there. But then he shows up after you make that loan for PM to get this house at a whatever percentage rate you giving him on that, which is just what the prime is for the industry, right? Then Poke comes in and say, hey, I had an emergency and I need $750,000 of my money. Right, I'll be there tomorrow. Then you say, "Oh shit, I done loaned his money out." You see what I'm saying? So then, what you have to do is then come to the bank of Jason and say, "Hey, till tomorrow morning, I need $500,000 because my man calling on his money and I don't have it." And I'm gonna say, "Sure." The Federal Reserve Bank sets the rate, which is like now 2%. So then tomorrow, when you give me my money back, you gave it to me for 24 hours, or if it was a Friday to a Monday at 2% compound interest, and it goes back to you. It's got nothing to do with us. And he didn't know any of that, and that's why I'm like, what? They don't even know basic facts.
Yeah, and Prescott killing me talking about he moving all his fuzz to Wisdom Talk.
I saw that.
And I know that you guys want it. And what I'm gonna do, what I have planned to do is to set it up one time. And I may have you and Pokey, and I have them two on to go to fact check one another, so to speak. Or
I didn't necessarily want to talk to him, not out of a place of, but I found her more and more intensely egregious because she kept interweaving our ethnicity with that and our culture with that, and what was that was making my skin crawl. And so here's what I found: like somebody was saying earlier, I think it was Prescott was saying earlier, how people would like to, or maybe it was you, that people like to invoke the Bible when we have some of these different passionate conversations. And I've found a million times over that if you remove the Bible, if you don't allow somebody to say something about the Bible, if you say, no, we don't agree because I don't agree that's a valid book, so let's just talk about the facts, they gonna lose every time. If their whole argument is built on that book. And that's how her whole argument was built on, oh, well, for black people, this, Democrats didn't do that. If you remove that and say, okay, like I do often, I hate Democrats just as much as you do. I also hate Republicans. So let's just talk about the facts. Oh man, they can't deal with that. Their head explode.
Yeah, I follow her on social media and just watching some of the posts that she makes, and I finally told her one time, look, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on this right here because I say this, then she say that, and she share all these other little clips with me, but she don't have the facts on it. So, but it was a good little podcast. It was a good little talk. I just wanted to make sure they got out what they wanted. I just came up with a whole bunch of questions. Like even when I asked about what have the Republican Party done for the middle class, he got to talking about the reserve and the taxes, how they trying to get rid of the taxes, but to me, my question still wasn't answered. But I just like I said, I wasn't doing no fact checking. I was just rolling with what they had.
But it was a good podcast. I enjoyed it. I was entertained, but I was just chomping at the bit the whole time,
Yeah, and I know Poke was too, because I said, I know you wanted some of that in the chat. He said, yeah, most definitely. So, and y'all don't say nothing too bad because that's PM type friend right there now. So we gonna make sure we don't want to offend PM.
Let me say it. She crazy. She drinks the trout Kool-Aid, man. I don't think she like black people. I don't think she realized she black. You ever see that skit with what's that dude name? Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. I definitely got that vibe. I got the vibe. And that's a real thing. It's a real thing when you take in so much of certain things that you can turn on yourself. You don't even like your own people,
Yeah, because I made a post yesterday, a video post, and I was talking about them disrespecting black women, and she jumped into well, she's probably a Democrat in this, and I was like, nah, that ain't what the post was about. It's about disrespecting black women. She said, oh, my bad. You were just ready to go off of that. Like,
just
I'm not
looking to go.
Democrat or Republican. I don't care about either side. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, why are you constantly on there? And she's always talking negative about black people, man.
All the time.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah. With that being said. All right, guys. Anybody got anything before we get some closing comments and get up out of here? Anybody got anything else? Nope. All right, 7.
I'm sorry, real quick, PM. I sent you a message on that deal, man. That video you made yesterday, you dropped yesterday. Is that considered a pistol or is that an SBR?
A pistol.
Oh, okay. That's why I was wondering.
I thought I replied. My bad. Yeah, it's
you may have. I woke up and got on here, so
I don't have. It doesn't have a brace on it. It's a fin.
Is the brace not required anymore?
It's legal
without it.
The braces are legal right now, but I heard that last week that they're trying to go back on the certain wording in the they approved it. So long as you have a fin, you already know the adjustable stuff, but it's a fin on there. That's it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Let me say, Osama, if I may be saying that wrong or not correctly, I'm not sure. But hey, we appreciate you watching. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that notification bell. And we'll look for you in the comments next week when we have them women on. And then on the 16th, I believe it is, I'm interviewing Shima, and she's been to Africa over in Ghana. And I'm going to talk with her on a one-on-one with that. We set that up last month, but her schedule changed. So she's over there climbing trees and washing stuff out of a bucket and walking around in a moo-moo and shit. So, I'll have her on. So make sure you subscribe so you can check that on out. Okay, with that being said, let's get some closing comments so we can get you guys on up out of here. 7, what you got for us?
I just want to leave everybody out there with this, man. I just want to say for the record, I don't have nothing against gay people, and also I want to add that one of my best friends is gay in the ultimate dimension, so that proves it.
You sound like white people when they say my best friend.
I think he did that on purpose.
Exactly.
I think he did that on purpose.
Right. That was fun.
Hey,
Oh, that was
man,
awesome.
7-7, boy. Shit, he
That
gonna
is
break
awesome. I love it. I
it.
love it.
Shit. Yeah. Okay. Poke Dog, what you got? What you got? Closing comments, Mike.
Oh, so look, I too have people in the industry that I'm associated with, and we're all friends, all of us. Like, I'm down for the system. Up with hope. Up with dope too, because dope is a good thing. It's always a pleasure working with you, man. I love this, Jason. Yeah, I'm vibe with you. I can't wait till next week because there was something you had brought up. I think the last time we was on, we never got to talk about, and I still got that. So next week, I think it's going to be a good time for us. PM, I always feel like your opinion is the one that's that exception. So I hope you make it, man. I hope you make it. I really do, because I think it'll be a key factor. And of course, 7, the hot 5, the dialing of the group. You got to be there with us. I hope it's going to be a good time. I hope everybody who's watching, y'all show up next week as well.
Yeah, most definitely. We got a good lineup next week. I think it's gonna be good because we have Cookie on there, we got Cree, we got Sky on there, and we got Nika. And I always say her name wrong. If she's listening, she probably gonna kick my butt for saying that wrong. But so it's gonna be fire. So I hope you guys bringing some good heat, cause well, I hope they bring it. I know they bringing some heat. Y'all just make sure y'all drink plenty of water and everything y'all can. So, like I said, we can piss on that fire. But
is this an all girl cast or what?
No, next week that's an adult conversation between men and women. We got I think I sent you the link to that too. Ashley or something
on there, man. You got Cookie on there, man. I gotta make her boyfriend jealous again.
There you go, start some shit.
Cookie, the boyfriend. Somebody called me from Cookie. Talk, why you flirting with her? I'm like, where you at? Right. You harassing me from over there, bro? Who are you? I just met Cookie. Yeah, I don't like the way you was talking to her. Put me on there with Cookie.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put you on there right there so I don't forget.
Yeah, you the last time told me not to do it. It's on now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you on there. I got a question mark by you. You hadn't replied yet, and Jason got to check his schedule.
Right. Oh so, yeah, I'm on.
All other women already said yes, and so I'll go ahead and put a yes by you. Okay, well, PM, what you got on the closing comments then?
Man, I love that whole cast you got on that cast you got next week, man. I'll be happy to get on.
Well, hold up a second. Hold up. Let me cut you off for a second. Now, I need you to word that little because you said ho. So,
excuse me. The entire cast.
Okay.
I did not say that. I did not say that. My mama raised me right. I ain't say that. I promise.
Okay. Go ahead with your closing comments.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting on, man. I just want to say, look, check this out, man. I really think the Republican Party about to fall apart, man. Get your popcorn ready. Somebody got fired today. What's her name? Chrissy
Pam Bundy.
Yeah, Pam Bundy.
And then knowing that she found out her boyfriend or husband wearing breasts is going down. I'm telling you, man. Get your popcorn ready. I didn't even know none of this. So I'm just waiting. That way I can talk about some people that's been harassing me on my Facebook page. But y'all can find me at the PM Lifestyle Podcast, man. I'll probably be going live from Vegas this weekend. So check me out. And you know what I mean? I appreciate you having me on here, Wizzo. I appreciate the fellas, man. Y'all ain't doing nothing but showing a lot of love and support, man. I need it, you know what I mean? For my mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, PM, when you go live, send me that link, man, so you know how we do it. So if I get a chance to do it, I go on and do it. So, get it out there and we'll share that shit like that because it's absolutely free to share. Okay, we're going to come on up here to JP and see what he got on the closing comments.
Nothing, man. I always enjoy being here and enjoy the conversations when they are productive, and this one was. I'm looking forward to next week. So I'm trying to make everything I can line up so I can be there. So I can sit and have some conversation with some good people. So I appreciate you as usual for having me on, and I look forward to the next one.
All right, that's what's up, guys. That's how it goes in the barbershop for all of you that's watching now or maybe watching later. Hey, it's totally unpredictable in the barbershop. We just sit down in the chair, and we don't have no idea what the barber gonna talk about. PM is a barber, he know it. We all done had our head and hair and ears and beard trim before. Look at him, shorty. Yeah. We see you. So we thank y'all for watching. And with that being said, I am Paul Wizzo saying holla at your boy, and we will see y'all next week. So y'all check us out.
See you next